This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
This is the future. Oh, happy Halloween!
Celtic Man 420 subscribed to the channel.
Thank you, Celtic Man. Oh, geez, that was loud. Happy Halloween, everyone. What are we wearing? What are we carrying? Jason's favorites right here. The Buck 119. I got rid of the Echo already. Don't worry. We're good. We're safe. How long do I just do this? Gotta maintain eye contact the whole time though. Like if I look up there, you're like, oh, he's looking up there. I look here. Boo!
Boo Anderson became a member. Boo Anderson celebrates 2 months of membership. Boo.
Boo has become a member. Oh, I don't have my chat hooked up. Member for 2 months, Boo. Thank you. Thank you, Boo. That's my Boo. Oh, buddy. Who's trick-or-treating? Who's out tonight? Who's just sitting at home hanging out with me? Looks like a few of you are hanging out with me. Anybody giving out candy tonight? Or are you just hanging? You got your doors locked? You got your lights off? Or you got your lights on, ready to serve candy? How does my voice sound? Muffled behind the... Sounds fine to me. I'm breathing into my own fumes. So, what is the good Halloween word? I'm already scared. Please stop. Anybody see the daily pocket check I did today? It took me a couple takes to like keep the eyes open, focused on the camera, and not blink the entire video. It's the only way to do it. If you keep the eyes big like this, it just maintains the integrity. Right? Okay, now I look up here. What's going on, everybody? Kids don't trick-or-treat in my neighborhood. You're lucky, or you're not. Seems the people who do want kids don't get as many kids, and the people that don't want kids get tons of kids. So there's that. What's up, Jason Beecher? Jason, didn't you have a better picture at one time versus just a J? You need to work on that. You need to work on that. Jason, down by the beach. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Marco, how you doing? What does that say? Fingerboarding. I'm eating candy right now. I like the font, fingerboarding. Wheezy, just checking in, can't stay. Halloween crap going on. Wheezy's going to be doing all that Halloween stuff. Woo-wee! Brown Sugar 69 is here. What's up, Addicted to Blades? Lanyard Man. Who wants to look at some cool Lanyard Man stuff? We'll probably do that today. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see where we get. I'm sorry, I'm a failure. You're not a failure, Jason. Dude. All you need, just pick yourself up one of these and one of these. And just hold it up, take a photo. Anybody want this? I may or may not give it away later, huh? if anybody's interested or thinking about it. All right, who else is here? We got a nice little crowd going already. 23. Paul for the win. Paul, FTW is the winning Paul. Aaron, what's up, everybody? Ready for Christmas already? Ick. We still got all of Thanksgiving to deal with. All right, said hi to Boo, Alex Kerber. Kids, or yeah, you kids don't trick-or-treat in your neighborhood. I have a school down at the end of the street, so I kind of get a little bit of a run. I don't know what's going to happen. I left my light off. If the doorbell rings, I might have to hide. I didn't get any candy. I was so busy. I'm a bad trick-or-treat representative. I'm a scary one. They don't want to come by here. What's going on, Ken? How are you doing tonight? Leafy Wiggy, I got my Wee Nefarious. It's not Halloween colored, but it's pretty badass. Anybody have any Halloween knives? The actual Halloween knives? I know Kaiser made a few. I did not get any personally. What is wrong with me? I do. We'll make a sneak peek quick here. Boom, I got a lot of orange on the table. Oh, this is supposed to be right there. My lights aren't even on yet. Kind of keeping it a little spooky. Setting the mood, if you will. Who was here right away? NFK 20, Marco and Clint were the big winners. Marco won. Knife. Was that last week already? God, time goes by. Or has it been 2 weeks? God, I don't even know. Yeah, I love the Halloween. It's a good time. Ew, Christmas. Ew, brother. What's up, Rolf? How you doing? Not much difference. Leave your mask on when you open that, maybe. Well, yeah, if I was going to answer the door, it would definitely be like that. Or something to that effect. I don't know. What are you up to, Angelo? Come fatty. All right, we are doing it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a giveaway later. It's Halloween. Maybe do something fun. Maybe there'll be a mask involved.
Neil Mackenzie became a member. Neil Mackenzie celebrates 4 months of membership. Hello.
Neil Mackenzie, 4 months. Hello, hello. Is it me you're looking for? Thank you, Neil. I appreciate you. Gas station member for 4 months. Much appreciated, much appreciated. There's Censor. What's going on? Got the emojis as per usual. Sebald says, trick or treat. Trick or treat, mother. Surprise, mother. Some fries, mother. I tell ya. I wish you had a Spaceballs helmet. You know, Ken, that's funny you say that. We were watching, I don't know, probably someone else in here. I was watching Tri-State earlier today, and someone had given him an actual really nice Darth Vader mask, and he was wearing it at the beginning of his stream. And because, you know, I'm not, no offense, Tri-State, but Tri-State's just a little guy. And so the mask looked huge because, you know, a Darth Vader mask is big. And so that Darth Vader mask on Tri-State, it almost had that kind of Spaceballs effect. It was great. Neil's got to go back to work already. I appreciate you. He'll probably bump in and out here and there when he can. It's a good time of the year, though. Who's been watching some scary movies? Lucky bastard. Does the Jason mask, can you tell I'm smiling? Oh my god, I could picture that. Right? Oh, dude. It looks good. I mean, the mask that Tri-State got is really nice, and so it looks really good. It's just, you know, it doesn't matter who puts it on. The Vader mask is a large mask. And he made it almost a half hour with that thing. I don't know if I'm going to make it a half hour with this. If it was like right there, You know, maybe if I sit like this and you can't see that I'm holding it away from my face with my thumb just a little bit. Hand out knives to kids. That's a thing. That is a thing. Dwayne Letterman has entered the chat. KDK, Marco, Sensor, Clint, Neil, Boo, he says. What is up? It is warm in here, though. We are in between. For those of you that do not know, I am in Minnesota, and if for those of you who are unaware, it started snowing today. There is an inch of snow on the ground right now. I made a short in the middle of the afternoon. Went outside real quick and just made one, and it's like washed out. It's just white everywhere. At least 10 snowflakes hit the knife as I opened it a couple of times. But there it is. Ralph Robertson coming in hot. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. Did his ego fit under that helmet? Of course. Of course. Oh, I tell ya. So did anybody dress up today? Did anybody just have to go to work, or did you have the day off, do some fun stuff? Did anybody dress up? And if so, why is my head itching right here? Ow. I feel like I'm getting scratched. That's not a Jason way to act. But yeah, anyone wear any costumes? And if so, what did you go as? Maybe you went out to the bar. Are the bars doing things this weekend? I've been busy. I didn't go out last weekend. Who knows if I would even go out this weekend, but I don't know. Is it like tonight the bars have things going on, or is it tomorrow? Does anyone know? Lucky sucker, it's like 84 Fahrenheit today. I'll trade you, dude. 84 is gross. He's overplaying it. It'll be nice next week. Ken, you're right. You're right. It will be nice next week. It'll probably still be a shorts weather in November.
Ron Crow became a member.
Thank you, Ron Crow. Welcome to the gas station, Ron. Much appreciated. Yeah, we'll probably have another day of shorts. This snow, it came in thick though. It came in hot. The snowflakes were just huge, just fluffy. You could make a snowman out there right now. It's very sticky and wet. But it'll probably melt in a day, and then it'll be nice out for a week, and then it'll be good all no. Or it's Minnesota. We didn't get a lot of snow last year, so didn't get a lot of ice fishing in last year. I just checked the Tri-State upload. Helmet was wider than his shoulders. Like I said, no offense, but he's a little guy, He's a smaller dude. And that helmet, I put that helmet on, and it's probably still this big on my head, like. I don't know if I have a huge melon. I'm kind of tall, I guess. My man Fook Doozle in the house. I haven't seen him on the... Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, did anybody see that movie? Anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm not sure if I liked it or not, but anyone in the chat name that film. I'll give you a hint. It's more recent than not. I thought this was a knife channel. Knives? Knives. Knives. It feels so good. Feels so good in the hand. I tell you what. Matt! Yo, what is up, Matt? I haven't seen you in a little while. How you been? Good to see you around. Lanyard man. Disgrace, isn't it? It's just a disgrace. I haven't even talked about knives yet. What is happening? It's been 15 minutes. I showed a knife right when we started. Long legs is correct, Paul, for the win, for the win. And I said that on purpose. No win, you just get to pat yourself on the back. But yeah, long legs. There she is. All right. Aaron got it too. What'd you guys think of the movie, for those of you that saw it? I costume party this weekend for Kung Fatty. So many knives on the way for Matt. That's great. I don't have too many on the way right now. What's up, Josh33025? And Mike's Knives. What's up? Yeah, long legs. What it is sometimes something gets hyped up for you, and then you've got this pre-notion of the hype, and so maybe you might just naturally expect more. I figured it out. I figured out what was going, not exactly, there's some things that I still don't understand. As far as like the little ball, I'm not going to give everything away, but long story short is the main kind of thing that how it works or whatever. I figured that out like halfway into the movie, if that, maybe even sooner. And for some reason, because it didn't really keep me guessing, and I'm like, yeah, this is I can just feel it. It's like it was just I just kind of knew where it was kind of going, and it didn't give me that same pop. And then some of the stuff that, like I said, with that ball, and they just didn't really explain it enough that it could be supernatural. That's fine, but like I want a little more of a description for my satisfaction, and then I want a little more suspense and not being able to quite. It's like I literally kind of figured it out right away. We're talking about Long Legs, Kung Fatty. The movie was Long Legs. It came out, all of a couple of months ago, I guess, at that. Nicolas Cage is the main, I don't know, did he create part of it too? Potentially? Anyway, watched it. Yeah, I'll probably watch it again and see what I think, but it wasn't really for me. Katie, did you see The Substance? I have not seen The Substance yet. That one's been hyped up. It's in the theaters. I haven't had a chance to get to the theater, and so I haven't. God, this is itching me right here for some reason. I haven't had a chance, but I've heard some really good body horror stuff about The Substance. If anyone likes scary movies, I definitely will recommend it, even without seeing it, just because I've heard plenty about it that I'm pretty sure they're all probably correct. Nicolas Cage he was in Long Legs, although you would, if no one were to have told you that, you might not recognize him. Do I have a little red spot forming? Josh, I don't go to the movies either. I loved it, hated the end. Aaron, maybe I'm partially sorry I busted that off. I need a break. We'll get back to it in a bit. We'll get back to it, I promise. But yeah, the ending kind of, like, because I said I kind of figured out what was going on and I kind of had an idea. It just didn't quite hit me the way some others have. But it's fine. Ha! Ha! Spooky. I scared Fook. I took off the mask and revealed a mask. Mask rub. He's getting some serious mask rub. I can see it. There's a little red spot right there. I've worn that mask before. Not sure why I'm getting a rub right now. Something's rubbing. Rubbing is racing. I saw Nick Cage's Buffalo Hunting movie. It was interesting. Haven't seen that one. They do get hot. Look, Jason Beecher. Ha! Photo change. Ha! I didn't mean to make you do it that quick, but you know what I mean. For those of you who just got a little letter by your name, get a little creative, Whip out your phone, take a picture, boom, done. Done. And it's more unique, and then when you enter things like MC's giveaways, it's easier to get found rather than being one of 17 R's or whatever. But you guys, you do you, whatever. I just like making them. There's Mr. Eddie. No audio. What do you mean no audio? Chat. There's audio. Got me all confused. I'm like, wait a minute. Why isn't that moving though? Audio is fine. Audio is fine. Okay. So did you, Mr. Eddie's, oh, Mr. Eddie, trick or treat that son of a biscuit. Tell you what, the red dot is windburn from being out in the snow today. Yeah, or it could just be a zit. You know, I may be getting old, but still get me a zit here and there, you know? Why would you not? I can't wait for my Devo nip slip. Gonna be my first Devo. The cherry, is that the tomato was picked? Is that, what is it? Orange? The orange was picked? Forgot to pay the audio bill this week. Terrifier series is a gross slasher. All right, I was gonna start getting into knives, but let's talk about Terrifier for a second. Who's seen Terrifier? There are 3 of them. What I can tell you is I have not seen the third one. I watched the first one. It was okay. I felt like it was lacking something, you know, KDK nip slip. Everyone loves a good nip slip. But this, the first Terrifier, I mean, I even printed, hold on. I had this one up last week. I've been putting different horror movie things up, but this one is from Terrifier 1. It's a decent enough movie, but there's just kind of lacking. I wasn't huge on it. The gore is there, but I also feel that I love gore. I love all Friday the 13th and just the fun gory parts, but I like giving us the reason. You get to know the character. You have a sense of the feeling, the urgency. You want them to survive, and there's a little more feeling to it. But I feel like the Terrifier one, they didn't really put as much into the story. And then I watched the second one, and I gotta be honest, I didn't really care for the story for the second one. I feel like it was really lacking something. I think the girl, the main character, and like it's like her dad was an artist, and he created this character, and she made the character's costume. She's good looking, she's fit, she did all of her own stunts because she is in martial arts, and I saw some behind the scenes things or whatever, and like she did all of it because she's very skilled and good, and that's cool. But I feel like there's something about the story when it jumped in and it just started going, and it was more gore for gore's sake, and I hadn't had a chance to like care about the characters that were dying as much, and it just didn't hit me. I've heard the third one is better. And it kind of makes a turnaround. Some people didn't like the second one, but you know, everyone likes different things. I know people that really love the Halloween series. I'm not into it as much. It's fine, I like it, but I'm not anywhere near the same as like Friday the 13th or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can watch those over and over, and I haven't watched one of the Halloween films in a while. And there's several of them that I actually haven't even seen. Some of the newer ones, they just kind of went in different directions several times, and it's... What's everyone think? What's your favorite scary movie? Woo! It is getting bright in here. See, it didn't seem like it was that dark until I actually turned the lights on. Let's go downstairs. Anybody have orange knives? I have orange. Does anyone, he spelled orange. I don't know. Anybody else have some orange knives? Knives? Knives. Now give me some Hellraisers all day. Josh33025, 100% agree. Hellraiser is fantastic. They've got some weird ones. It gets a little crazy, but it's still pretty fun. The newest ones, not a fan. But yeah, Mr. Eddie, we're talking horror movies. You obviously, You gotta get some little culture. Jump in, watch some scary movies once in a while. So it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Some people like watching Hallmark movies, and that's fine. That's totally fine. What's up, Todd Carr? How you doing? What is happening? What about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey? Haven't seen either of the Winnie the Poohs, or is the second one out? That is the second one, Blood and Honey, potentially. Not sure, Aaron. I have not seen either of them yet. Pretty much anything in the theaters. Haven't really had a chance to get to the movies in a while. Ralph Robertson bringing up Motel Hell. That's an old school classic. Who's seen Motel Hell? What's planted in the garden? My first horror movie I watched was 1983. Oh, you were 12. 1983. Father ran a drive-in movie, talked him into watching Friday the 13th 4. He left me alone in his truck all night. That is creepy boo. My first one was Friday the 13th Part 2, and we were watching it in the basement at, was it my house? Might have been in my place. And it might have been on like TBS or something, one of those things where it would have been like the made-for-television version or whatever. But either way, it's still Friday the 13th. And in Part 2, spoiler alert, Jason jumps through the window at the end, and that scene was legit. Pretty freaky, scared me. I enjoyed it, and then I knew the world of scary movies was born for me. My sister, on the other hand, because I was 8, she was 5, she was freaked out. So we kind of, I don't know if I got in trouble or whatever, but she had a little hard time sleeping for a while. But at that age, seeing something spooky like that, I get it. They aren't scary, but I love the old Evil Dead movies. They're hilarious, Fook. If you haven't seen the Evil Dead movies, it's probably some of the best comedy horror, I guess, or it's just ridiculous horror. What's with the little orange friction folder, says Ken Fixed. I just got that. Tell me, okay, everybody loves something different. This thing is cool. All right, I got my extra light here, just in case. I'm sorry, I'm shaking everyone. Boom. Don't need it right now. Okay, so this I just got off of Blade Binge. Who's bought things off of Blade Binge? This was actually a used purchase. If you go to Blade Binge, they have new knives, and then they also have used knives. So if you have a knife that you'd like to sell, you can go list it on Blade Binge and sell it. Or if you have knives that you would like to buy, you can go on there and pick them up. But this one I saw Tri-States like last week. He goes through there, and I saw this kind of on there as he was scrolling through. Not that he talked about it or anything, but I saw it, and I was like, that's cool. And I kind of checked it out, looked it up, and then that's when I decided my focus sucks. Why? What's it focusing on right now, right? About to watch Nightmare Before Christmas in a second. Kevin Bacon death scene got to me. Machete through the Kevin Bacon death scene was one of the best. Actually, his though, Clint, the Kevin Bacon, it was an arrow. That was an arrow that came up through him. But I still love you. Anyway, so this was used, and it was $30. And so I looked it up on the page. It's a Bastinelli Fox. It is Italian made. See if I can focus in there. NA 690. And it is a friction folder. Man, my focus. What in the Nikes? Wow, look at that. Perfect focus. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus down there though. But yeah, it's a friction folder. What's up, Dave? You ever watch Wrong Turn? Wrong Turn. I have seen that. It's been a while. I can't remember much about it, but I know it's on that list of movies I've seen, but God, I should watch that one again. First scary movie I ever saw was Addams Family. Original Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the drive-in? Wow, that would be classic Neil. So I looked this up, and on the Bastinelli website, it's $110 brand new. Right? So then I went and did a Google search, and I found it on Blade HQ for $110. Then I went and found it on, like, I think it was White Mountain Knives or something like that, for $109.95. So it retails for $110. And the guy on there was selling it for $30 plus shipping it in, about being $34. And if we take a look on here, the handle looks like it's never even been held. The blade hasn't been sharpened or cut anything, barely, if at all. It's pretty much mint condition, so I see this as like a $110 brand new looking knife that I picked up for $30. Sure, it's a small friction folder. I can go like that and start to push it closed, but look at how it kind of catches, like that little loop, it catches. So it's not like I'm going like that and it's not cutting my finger. So if your finger was in there and you push down, it kind of stops on your finger, but you're also kind of pushing against that when you're making a cut. So, I mean, hey, why not? It's cute. It's weird. It's not, I'm a collector. Everyone knows if you watch the channel. And for me, it was like, wow, that's 110. I probably would never buy it. But at $30, sold. Sold. Okay, got to go pick up my son. Be back later. Thank you so much, Fook. I appreciate everything you do. Fook is my man. My second horror had Jane Fonda in it. Was it On Golden Pond or something? Monsters is super scary. Monsters Inc. Oh, God. You guys need to play the demo on Steam of Half Sword. It's fun and free. So Sabald says Half Sword on Steam. For those of you who are on Steam, I'm on Steam. I'll go check it out. Half Sword. I'm going to make myself a note. Otherwise, I'll forget. What kind of game is it? A side scroller? Is it a top down? Is it a first person shooter? Is it a what? 80% of knives never get carried. 80% of knives never get carried out used or used. Potentially, yes. Mr. Eddie, what's the one with the glass breaker? Bada bing, bada boom. This is the Artisan Cutlery Arroyo? Wait, no. Does Artisan Cutlery put... Did they put it on there? I can't remember. Anybody remember what this is called? Ah, my brain cannot remember right now. We'll get it. But yeah, this is the Artisan Cutlery, like Hornet. I think it's the Hornet. Someone maybe look that up and check. It does have these, the dual pieces on the side. So if you, ladies and gentlemen, he's standing up. Who wants a shirt? So if you, what's it called? The Emerson Wave or whatever. So then you put it in your pocket. Sorry, I'm showing boxers there. And as you're taking it out of your pocket, you get that Emerson Wave action. And so you can get the quick release out of the pocket there. Half Sword is a physics-based medieval combat simulator featuring historically accurate 15th century arms and armor. It's called the Pokey Knife. Pokey Sticky. Lanyard Man, you're on the list. Who do I got? Lanyard Man. Where is it? Crazy, Wheezy, Albert. Laid Off Pete. I'm getting one for Ken. And then a couple other people that nobody on here knows. Where can I get one? Lanyard Man, you're on the list. I'll get a hold of you soon. Or message me, give me your size. We can talk about sizes or whatever. And I'm going to get them ordered. I know I've been talking about that for a while. It is the Hornet. Boom. It's kind of a fun one. Artisan Cutlery. I think it's only maybe 60, 70 bucks. It does have that silly glass breaker on the end. Aries. Haha! Orange. We have some Halloween festive orange going on. El Cap Addict. Happy Halloween, everyone. For sure. Mr. Eddie, am I on the list? Yeah. Mr. Eddie. Let me see. I tell you guys. So yeah, it's Halloween. We got some orange knives. Were there any others? None of these are new. This was the only one that was new. The video for it was today. It's just a cool little friction folder. It's called the BB Drago Bastinelli. It's kind of a fun one. 60, 70 bucks. That's expensive. Mr. Eddie, how much did you spend the last time you purchased knives? And was it one knife? Or was it several? And what was the average price on said knives? Maybe we need, Eddie, this one's the one for you right here. You want this one. This is the Ruko pocket knife. $9.99 right here. Look at the action on this. Ready? Boom, drop shut. Flipper tab works. I can't close it. I don't push it close enough. Flicker flips out easy. Thumbs out easy. Doesn't drop shut for me because I'm a lefty. If I were to be with my right hand, it would drop much further because I wouldn't be worried about it falling over. And you would see, I can't flick with my right, that it just works fine every time. But for $10, you too can have yourself a Ruko. What is this? If Titanium Justin was here, he could tell us. I think it's $440. Maybe it says. Maybe not. Yep, 440A, China. That might be more up your style, Mr. Eddie. Oh, this one here. What is this, the Honey Badger? 8CR13. Not terrible. This is the only one of these I have. Does anybody else have a Honey Badger? This is the Honey Badger Leaf, I believe. The honeycomb does look cool. So Honey Badger Leaf, I think they call them, because that's the shape, or what they're calling this blade here. It's a fun one. It wasn't too expensive. I really honestly barely carried this. I think I carried it once or twice right when I got it. Notice the jimps that go all the way in. See those? All the way. Although they go all the way to there, which means now look up at this little tight spot when you're sharpening. That might get a little weird. Does anyone know about that? What was 53 on Blade HQ? I apologize. Probably this one. Wow, my focus is really... Why does it say so good right there, but it just takes forever to go back down to there? It's going to be a forever focus issue. Or if you want another one for $10, just do your Ozark Trail. The Ozark Grail. This one actually has ridiculous action for $10. I would get this over the Ruko any day. This one at least is D2 and a hollow grind. But you probably can't find one. You have to go to every Walmart in your area and still be out. Or maybe they're in stock again. I don't know. They kind of probably went back in stock and now no one cares. Everyone kind of already went through that phase of trying one out and being like, wow, that's pretty neat for 10 bucks. Got me a Banter 2 arriving tomorrow. A regular Banter? I have a Baby Banter Hawarni. Kathleen Smith, how are you today? What is happening? Thanks for joining us. You can get smooth G10 in different colors. For which one? For the Honey Badger? I kind of like the honeycomb texture though. Rolf says he likes one that rocks. 10 bucks? Dude, 10 bucks. It's crazy how good that is. That one actually was purchased for me by Mad Yako. I told him, I was in live and I was saying to everyone I couldn't find him anywhere. And he was like, oh, let me go and I'll check. And he found one. He bought the floor model, out of the box floor model, and then shipped it out. Here it is. I got one. Pretty fun. All right, we've got the Concept Convict? No, Wedge. I thought it was called the Concept Convict. I actually posted the video as Concept Convict and then realized that it was the wedge. I'm not sure where I got the wrong name for it. YouTube didn't let me know you were live. Didn't show it under live until I refreshed 3 times. What a turd, YouTube. Sorry, laid off Pete. My bad. It's pretty much consistently 6 o'clock. Good to see all the orange, buddy. Awesome Halloween flair. I do not have any actual Halloween knives. I mean, you could say these are Halloween knives, but none of them are actually like the Kaiser Halloween ones that have bats or ghosts or cool little things like that on there. What does everyone think of those? Anybody have some of them? Do they like them? Anybody got one of these wedges? As far as a lockback, this thing is ridiculous. I think it's 14C. Should be right in there. No, this is even better. 154 cm on a sweet lock. Look at that, boom. And then listen to this. Just clicks out. Look at that action on there. Boom. And solid. Not like the old school cheapo lockbacks where they're a little flimsy and light, but they're still used by grandpas everywhere. This one, boom. Clicks out nice. You think the tagged out looks like the nicest one on the screen? Yeah, the tagged out is a nice knife. I really like the shape of the blade and the shape of the handle. I wish it was heavier. If there was like a titanium, mine actually looks like my orange is a little washed heavy. Oh, I know why. 50. Might be a little better. Do you guys like A or B? This is B. Tagged out, I would carry more, but I don't. Benchmade kind of bugs me. They're butterfly tacks. Why am I not getting my thumb outs to work? I did this a million times earlier today, and now I can't even do it once. It's just expensive. Walmart is still sold out on the Ozark trails. Thanks for letting us know, Ron Crow. The Gons. The new Ozark Grail is black and white. Ooh. The orange does stand out. Tagged out is one that, it could be more. If that was, I don't know. Like I said, that butterfly tax kind of ruins it a little bit sometimes. They just overcharge a little bit. It is one of the better looking ones on the table, though. I would say it is, to be honest, I would agree of everything on the table. That's probably, folding, if I get rid of this. Everything on the table, that tagged out is the best looking knife. Now the Buck is the best looking knife. But that's a different category, fixed in folders. But look at how thick that is. What's up, B Shady? It's like follow the leader. Where'd you guys come from? Yeah, I love that Buck, but I've loved it since I was a kid. Come on, focus today is... I'm going to check something quick. Hold on a second. Table, edit, properties, configure video. This might ruin everything. Why is my... Kind of strange. Trying to see, it just seems like my focus doesn't want to stay focused down here as much today. Kind of like that little concept to the right. Oh, this is the Concept Rio. Took me a little while to learn this knife because it's so little, but I kind of found that it's front flipper only, but you really got to kind of get in there like that and just give it a pow. But it's snappy, it's cute, it's tiny, it flips out really good. I believe this one is also 154. I can't, my zoom. No, this is M390. So the Concept Rio, this little 1-inch chunk of M390, what do we think about that? Pow. I put the lanyard on there myself. The Edyards, what do we think? What's going on, Homer Felte? Felte. Or is it Feltz? Felte. I tell you what. Paul Mills has entered. What's up? Happy Halloween, Kenman and chat. Joseph Jones, I'm glad I bought my open ear headset. I get to listen to this and give out candy all at the same time. How's everyone doing tonight? Good. You're killing the two with the one stone. I'm just hoping, like, if my doorbell rings, I'm in trouble. I'm dealing with stuff. I'm working here. I'm on the clock. Not really. We're just having fun. Watch City Knives. I really like your knife shelving in your dirty shorts. In my dirty shorts. I like the shelves. They've been coming along. Why is those lights? What do we got going on here? Oh, that is... Ah, dude, sorry. I'm like, why am I getting this weird light behind me when I turn these lights on? My remote actually turns on other lights too, and it popped on a couple other ones. That's silly. Oh, I tell you what, can I pop? What's everyone think about that? What does everyone think about that? Echo Elvis. Happy Halloween. 43. We're doing it early tonight. We're gonna do this early tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a few memberships. I try to buy some every... Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting I could do this up here. That's mad at me. Membership. Nicely done. You've gifted all 10 memberships. I know I've already gifted my memberships for this month. Tomorrow is a new month. So I got some new gift memberships I can give out tomorrow. Got to pay for them today, but you guys are worth it. Got a nice little crowd in here. I usually do it towards the end of the night, but we're going to do it right now. If I can remember my security code. Someone's thinking about me. My nose itches. And away we go. All right, who gets some? Jason Beecher, Blue Minotti, Kin, Josh Templeton, and Henry G. Congratulations, y'all. A couple of you have already had memberships. Get a little renewal or extension. Go ahead and bust out some of those emojis if you want. I'll show you what they look like. I need to make some more. Pow. Emojis in the chats. Who popped in here? I thought I saw Meredith's in here. MPG. There she is. There she is. Ridiculous. You stinks. Congrats, guys. You are welcome. Tommy boy, what's up, brother? How's it going? Oh, all right. All right. Are we still rolling around? Is it still making noise? Did it make noise? Does it even, or it makes the owl sounds when I get memberships? Is that what it was? Anyone? Anyone? Bassmaster. Your buddy was in here. God, what was it again? Turd? What was it? Harry Bass Turd or something like that? I don't remember. It was fun. If you're still here, Mr. Bass Turd, leave another comment so we can see her. Yeah, it was owls. You heard the owls. All right, so that works. Things work. We're getting by. We are getting by. Anybody have one of these Katuos? Or what is this? Venter? Is that right? Venter? This one is a button lock, but it's also a liner lock. Dan, I made another Jason mask attempt for my thumbprint cookies. What? Send pics. We want pics. So this is a budget liner lock. You can see it right there. And then the button also actuates said liner lock. So you can choose your method. Got a real weird kind of shape. Doesn't come with a pocket clip because it's got the lanyard loop. But yeah, button lock. Interesting. Whoa, that was a first. I haven't done that before. Had my finger pushing down on the... Let's see if I can recreate that. That's tough. Somehow I had the button pushed just the right amount that it kind of didn't quite pop open all the way. MPG, I want to see pics. Or send me some. I mean, if you're talking Jason cookies, you just make them, just dump the tray into a box, throw it in the mail. They should be fine by the time they get here. Interesting shape. Anyone have one of these and sharpened it? I haven't really spent too many times sharpening dual grind blades like this. I know you can do some techniques, and like if I were to use a stone, it wouldn't be that hard to keep this section on the stone and do it, and then get up to this section here and do it, and it would probably work out just fine. For those of you that have a guided system, though, that might be a little different if you were to put it on, if you've got it on the thing, dragging a rod. I don't know. Anybody have any comments on that? I'm interested. My daughter saw the Bare Edge knives at Tractor Supply. I bought one for her and I. Great inexpensive Wharncliffe knives. The Bare Edge? I am not familiar. I like a Wharncliffe though. So cool, I thought it was a fixed blade at first. Which one? The Katuo? Man, what is the deal with this focus today? Look at how nice it focuses. It usually does really good focus down here, but when I bring something up here, it doesn't like focusing. But now it seems to really like focusing on my hand up there, but not down below. Get me out of here. Sharp Guy ATX, what's going on? Knives and pizza. So cool, I thought it was a fixed blade. Which one? So which one? Dan, I posted it on TKE's Discord and general chat. I will have to go check that out. My screen is frozen. My screen is frozen. How is the Rosecraft? Is the hype real? Well, this is the Rosecraft lockback. This thing is, slip joint. Boom. Really nice half stop. Boom. Fully open. There is a new one that just came out that is a button lock, but it's basically it's only a button lock. There's no anything else. You have to basically hit the button, swing it out, hit the button, swing it closed. Why is it frozen? I think it's the joke. If I go like this, screen's frozen. Right? Eddie's messing with us. I can see it's live over here. But yeah, so this is the Rosecraft Clinch River Swayback. I'm pretty sure I saw this. Casey was talking about it on Knives Fast, I believe. But this is probably my favorite slip joint. Look at this half stop. Boom. Boom. It's solid, it's tight, takes a little bit getting out. It's kind of a fingerprint magnet, which I'm not a fan. Sometimes they got knives. Everybody's got a couple knives where, man, you barely touch it and those fingerprints show up. But this forward choil is what is up. Look at that. Just get your index finger in there, and this thing feels really good. Holy farts, Penman. That is a lot of orange. Paul Might. Paul Might is Paul number 3 in the house today. Not that it's a contest for you Pauls. What's up, Pauls? But yeah, the Rosecraft Clinch River Swayback It's a cool slip joint. That half stop, like I said, is solid, but that choke up spot right there makes the knife. This Wharncliffe blade, it is sharp, it's thin, it's slicey. You got that just awesome forward choil choke up area. Feels really good. I would say, if anything, it's kind of a weird design. A couple of my buddies too, when they held it, they don't like the way it swoops backwards, like it almost should swoop the other way. When you hold it like this, that kind of like puts all the pressure. You don't really get any pressure here. You get almost all the pressure. Maybe if you had a smaller hand and it went around, maybe that would be good. But I have a larger hand. But even those guys, they were doing it, and if they were saying, yeah, this butt tip right here feels like it's kind of a hot spot pushing into your palm. But again, it's the design. It's the sway back. Sway back. Boom. With a cool half stop. I did get another Rosecraft. I won this from Casey at Knives Fast. Also, really strong half stop. This one, I keep forgetting what it's called. This is like the triple sow cow. Anybody remember what this is? It's got that cool stag. Look at how thick it is. It like starts really thin here where the bolsters are and then gets really wide in the center. That gives it an amazing feel. I really dig it. It is another lockback though. Look at this half stop. Boom. This one's even stronger than the Clinch River sway back. This one is more of a stiff, but it is a cool looking knife. I actually really love the feel of it. I am going to get the box right now because I want to remember what the name was. Stinking Creek Sow Belly. See, I was close. The Stinking Creek Sow Belly. Pretty fun one though. I am getting a little more tuned into the... I like all types of knives. I'm interested in slip joints like this. I've been getting more and more into the friction folders. I think I have 4 friction folders. Now I have one that I need to do an unboxing for. But I'm a collector of knives, so there's going to be different types all the time that I'm interested in getting. It's not something... You know, some of them will be ones that I don't want to carry on a regular basis. I recently have gotten more of these simple gravity knives that are cheap. They're cool, but I'm not going to use this as a carry. I'm not really going to cut much of anything with it. It's going to sit on the table and I'm going to fidget around with it like that. And then when I need to make an actual cut, I'm going to pick up the Sheriff. Just grab that Sheriff and just do the work. This knife is spectacular. Stinking Creek Sow Belly is gorgeous though. You're right. I mean, look at that thing. Just the thickness, the sow belly. That must be why it's got that sow belly. Who digs these knives though? Besides me. Oof. You don't get your finger in the way of that. This one though, I got this one from the Sheriff himself. What's his name? Jeff. He lives in my area, Iowa. AK came up with his wife and we went to a Minnesota knife maker show. And this was one of the knives at his station that he made. This is a 154 CM little. This isn't really like most of the knives he makes. This is like more of a end cut piece that he took and was able to make this out of it or whatever. But man, Stinky Creep Sow Smelly. That's right. What's up, B Shady? Gonna have quite a few little ones showing up tonight. Yours are out with friends. Yeah, Halloween's a good time. It's crazy here, though. I feel bad for the kids in this area. Long story short, it snowed like crazy here in Minnesota. And what that means is the kids, if you grew up in Minnesota, you go trick-or-treating in Minnesota and it's terrible weather out. You've got your costume on and then mom makes you put your jacket on over the costume. And so now it's like, no one's going to know who I am. Well, it's freezing out there. You're wearing your jacket. Like, I don't want to wear my, that kind of a thing. Well, tonight it's like 38 degrees in Minnesota, and it's sleety, rainy, snowy, slushy, wet, gross. I feel bad for the kids. I mean, it's just not ideal. Yesterday was nice out. They would have been just fine. I was wearing a t-shirt. Could you make a friction folder? Seems like it wouldn't take a lot of tools. I agree with that. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, if you were going to start up making some knives and you were doing some stuff, one of the ones that you might be able to start off with would be like one of these friction folders. It's literally designed, I mean, it has a captive pivot, so there's only the tool for one side. You've got your spacer washer, or and then your scales, but there isn't any action. There's no bearings or anything. It's a friction folder, so it's going to open. Man, this focus today is out of control. It's going to open slow. It's not something that's designed to be flicked out or anything like that. So really, you're only creating that blade, and then you have the hole in it, have the hole line up, and then have the pivot. The pivot piece is probably the hardest part to make, right? So if you were to design it around another pre-existing pivot that you could buy, it would be probably a fairly easy kind of a first design. I would agree with that. KDK, it's been gotten better every year since COVID. Poor kiddos really didn't have much for a couple of years, right? And then it's like going out and you go to someone else's place, and then it's just more cross contamination. People get paranoid, and it's nice we can get out, just be in the world. I have a lot of candy, be getting ready soon to hand it out, says Ron Dobbins. What time is it where you are? It's 7 o'clock here. I don't know. Like I said, because of this weather, I feel like it's the parents are going to be driving the kids. And if they're driving the kids, that means they're going to be pulling up to houses, which means the kids are going to get out and be rushing to the house to get the candy, which then in turn, I have my lights off, because I figured if I leave my lights on, it could ring 30 times during the stream, and then it's more of me. I'd have to make sure you guys come along with me to answer the door, and I didn't really feel like doing that tonight. I kind of wanted to just be on the live with you as normal and just do that. So I think that tonight with that weather, it might help me out in a way, because now the parents are going to pull up to the house. The kids are going to get out, run to this house. So this one doesn't have lights. We'll get in. We're going to drive down to the next house that has lights, and they'll go kind of do that. Looking for a first knife. Pick the dagger. For a first knife, a dagger? Which houses are the best? The full-size candy bars? Yeah, the full-size candy bar people, they're the big winners. Those guys do the king size. B. Shady's handing out king sides. 8:04 here. My kids are already home, says Jason. Out in California. Ron, I used to live in California. Hit the like button, says Ron. Or the thumbs up. Yeah, same difference, right? Same difference, right?
Yes, it is. So you guys want some cookies? 'Cause MPG says she makes some cookies, and I want some. Yes.
My son decided to hit up her house twice last year. If you go early enough, or you go and do a quick change, put on a different mask, find the ones with the hot moms. That's what's up. It is super dark in Wisconsin. It's dark here too. It started getting dark about 6:30 already. We're going to have daylight savings next week. It'll be 5 o'clock. It'll be dark. It's the sad part of the winter in Minnesota. The daylight hours kind of are less, versus in the middle of the summer, the longest day, it's like 9:30, 9:40 p.m. before it gets dark. But in the middle of the winter, it'll be 5 o'clock by the time it's dark. I mean, yeah, sure, you got daylight savings, but still it would be like 6. So we got a few hours difference between summer days and winter days. I suppose if you go up to Alaska or somewhere way up there, now you're looking at those super days. Or you ever see that horror movie, 30 Days of Night? It's a vampire movie that takes place way up north in an area that there's 30 days a year where the sun doesn't actually rise. And so they have 30 days to just roam free because the sun doesn't come up. And they're vampires. Pretty good premise. Sorry, I'm reading chat. I'm not hot, but I guess all the guys want me. MPG. We have a MILF in the house. I tell you. Alaska. Well, yeah, it's definitely up, but I think it's got to be pretty north Alaska where you actually get, because I know there's one part of Alaska where you get a certain amount of time where the sun actually never sets, but it gets right to where it's about to set, and then it just goes all the way around the horizon. So then it'd be the same thing maybe in their winter. That would be when the sun actually never rises for a certain amount of time. I don't know. The Earth is a quite interesting place, and we're all on it. Spinning around fast as hell. Here we are. People out wandering around wearing costumes, getting candy from other people. That's the world we live in. MPG got them goods. Oh, I tell you. I tell ya who what. Okay, let's see. It's already 7. We've got the Halloween knives I put out on the table. I'm going to probably move them out of the way so we can do some other things. Unfortunately, this is kind of a mess. I don't know where to put all of these knives. I could put them back on the shelf, but that's kind of... A murder mystery thriller. There is a movie with Al Pacino about that. Really? Well, they're up in Alaska or something? Dan, did you look at my attempt at the Jason mask? I haven't yet, MPG. I can go do that right now. Let's go. If I can find it. It might be interesting if it's going to be on the... in the Discord. There they are. Oh, can I zoom? There's her attempt at the Jason mask. Not bad. Not bad. What kind of cookies are these? They look delicious. I'm in. Anybody ever have MPG cookies? Man, I'm getting blown up. My phone. It's like I'm in a couple group chats, and man, I tell you, when we start going on the group chat, it's kind of like the group chats in the Discords. Gets a little crazy. I dressed up as a kid, haven't gotten much candy though. This kid's like 6 foot tall. And I'm 13. I was practically 6 foot by the time I was in junior high. And the 24 hours of daylight starts messing with him. Okay. I should look this up. Al Pacino. Sounds like an interesting one. Probably 20, 30 years old. Jason Cookies. MPG's Cookies brings all the boys to the yard, and damn right. Conventional Methods has had Meredith Cookies. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Ground Fog. What is up, Ground Fog? Gotta have milk and cookies. Everybody knows that. All right, we're done with the orange. We're gonna get rid of these orange knives. Oh, I didn't, which ones didn't I pick up? I think this is one of the only ones. Yep, I picked all the other ones up. This is the one I did not pick up. The Cold Steel Fin Wolf. This is the Triad. Oh, come on. It should work. I can do this. I've done it. I've flicked it out a couple of times. It's not something that's supposed to flick out because you've got this badass lock. There we go. Got it. This thing's actually kind of sick. It was on super sale. I think they got this on the on my all in a day special. OS 8 cold steel with this beefy, super strong locking mechanism. And you can flick it out. There we go. If you look, actually it looks pretty clean. If you look, you can kind of see a little bit right there. I broke down a bunch of boxes with this, and it still looks pretty good. Still pretty solid. Kind of a fun one, though. Where's the giveaway entry link? I don't know. Depends on if I do a giveaway or not. God. It's not designed for this, but you can get it to work. It's just, look at how solid this is to pull. Look at that. You got to put that Martina Navratilova up in there. MPG, what is your favorite Halloween candy? Good answer. Good question. I would like that from everyone. What's your favorite? If you were to walk up to a door on Halloween right now, what would be like the end all be all, like, okay, your ideal candy piece? You are sitting there, you go up to the door, trick or treat, and they hand you, boom. Is it like a giant Butterfinger? Is it, I mean, let's not go by size because everything could be micro size or big size. So forget the size. What is it? What do you like? Do you like Kit Kats? Do you like Butterfingers, like I said? Do you like a Take 5 or a Twix, Reese's and Snickers? I don't know if there is a correct answer. You like gummy bears, gummy worms. All right, I'm gonna move for a second. I'm gonna set these over here. All right, we're almost there. Couple more of those over there. Dun 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 dun. Not quite the same Jason machete, but oh no, somebody be thinking about me. But it is a machete nonetheless. Oh my God. Wow. It has been used many a times. I've taken this camping. Wow, that tip. Can you see that tip? Doesn't look like a point. But this is a cold steel, right? I'm pretty sure this is a cold steel kukri. It's got that forward action on it. So when you get in there for hacking and slicing, it just like boom, it gets in there rather than being like a straight edge. You know, you're getting in there like that. So it's coming in at that angle for that nice solid cut. You want to make it. This is the new and improved Jason Machete 2.0 right here.
Titanium Justin became a member. Titanium Justin celebrates 4 months of membership. Dan touches the tip.
Did I miss it? Oh, there it is. Titanium. Titanium then touches the tip. What's going on, Titanium? What was I was talking about you earlier. Oh, I had the Ruco out. I had that Ruco, that beautiful orange Ruco. that I picked up that day, that beautiful 420 stainless $10 beast. Justin just hit 1,000 subscribers. Actually hit it a little bit ago. I think he's almost at 1,100 now. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Titanium Justin or you haven't watched him at all, go check him out. Bluminati, you were in here a minute ago though, weren't you? And I probably didn't say hi. What's going on, Mr. Bluminati Ninja? Apologies for late hellos. I was stuffing face. What were you stuffing your face with? Good Lord. Oh, we got fires going. People are out having bonfires right now in the snow. I mean, it's not snowing anymore, but it definitely snowed earlier today. Apologies are not necessary though, Bluminati. You can pop in anytime, bro. Anytime, you know. It's all good, baby. Anybody watch any Friday the 13th movies this Halloween time? Because if you have, good on you. If you haven't, good on you. Got this bad boy. Does anybody know about that? All right, I'm going to set the table here. I got one more that's similar. Another blue knife. That wasn't my first. This is my actual first blue knife. Good old poop knife. Stainless core, dishwasher safe. You need to cut a turd. Here it is right here. Dinner was popcorn, chicken, and fries. I like me a popcorn chicken. Oh, we're in trouble here. I need to do this first. All right, hold on. Right there is my top. Here's my bot. And there and there. All right, excellent. Now we're back. I'm trying to set something up so you can look at it after I get it set up rather than watch me do it. You guys, guess what I'm putting on the table? Listen. Did you hear that? I'll close it and it'll open it again. You hear that? What was it? Comment below. Here's another one. Boom. You hear that? What was that? Comment below. I'm ridiculous. We already looked at this one, but I gotta put this one out too. Oh, let's do it like that. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. Got a couple of these. What's this one? Boom. Or this one. Ooh. Ooh, mama. This knife right here. Ooh, girl. Does that give it away? Anybody got it from that much? Just the tip? Can anyone guess from just the tip? Super fun. Where I'm missing. Yeah. I thought I had another new. This one was new. And this one was new. Alright. Boom, 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 and boom. Ha! Terrible, Dan. God, I suck. So I've got all the new acquired stuff on the table as of recent. Actually, I'm missing one. Oh, I've got that in the box. Gonna do a little magic trick here quick. I'm gonna put another mask on. Boom. Woo! Boom. The group air. Pow in the kiss air. Spectaculaire. I do this. Boink, boink. Boink, boink, boink. So have you guys been watching the videos? You see some of the new Kaiser videos I've posted recently. Been watching the live streams. You know I've got something in the cooks, cooking up. Can you do etching in Ultim? Etching meaning like laser etching, probably. We were talking about this once before, and you do it on the underside. So like if I took the scale off and etched on the other side, you maybe would see it, kind of like you can see this line right here that goes around for where the lock bar is, that you could maybe etch on the underside, and then you could even fill it in. Or I don't know, I'd have to test it. And the problem with testing is you need an actual piece to test. And then the other issue, if it's necessarily an issue, so like Ultim, you've got Ultim that's this shade, Ultim that's this shade, Ultim that might be a little darker. They're not all exactly the same. So if I dialed in a setting for this and then we were going to do it on this, it might not be the exact same. I don't know if Ultims come in different, I don't know. I know that I've seen some that are darker than others. I do have one, I know. There it is. Here's a good example. So look at this one. Side by side. See how much more yellow this is? Although this has a black liner. I know for a fact though, some of them are just a little lighter or darker, so they might have slight different, maybe like density changes, like you said, laid off peat or whatever. But if you do one, that same setting might not work the same on the next one. So, but we could do it. We would just have to do some tests and dial it in. And then unfortunately with Ultim, the tests are going to be different. Because like if I do, when I've done like a pyrite, so you've got the pyrite, I can take this apart, flip it over, and I can laser mark the inside there where you can't see it. And I can use that as the test for the outside because it's the same. And now you can do that test without ever noticing. And the problem with the Ultim, you can see through it, so you might not be able to, whatever. Do you like the Militao with the wood inserts? I love the way they look. I think they're super cool, but are they my favorite? I love wood. And the larger one, I can feel it a little bit better in my hand. But the smaller one, because maybe it's because it's a little bit smaller of a piece or whatever. But I like the way these feel. They look great. I can see, because they are definitely going to be making different inserts that you can buy, and I'm sure that's going to be an aftermarket thing. And I've got my CNC that I still haven't set up that I'm going to get running, that these are some of the scale pieces, inserts that I plan on making. I don't mind them. Like I said, when I inquired with Kaiser to them and I said I was interested in the mini Militas, and they were like, oh, well, we'll send you one out. Which one did you want? This is the one I picked. So, I mean, I didn't pick one of the more expensive ones because, you know, I was getting it for free. I wasn't trying to like say, oh, give me the $200 one if you're, I just picked this one because I like the way it looks. I really like this style and the design. And then I had to get the other one so they match. I mean, why wouldn't you get them to match? And they're cool. But I definitely will be making some scales, some inserts, to test out on those in the future. So there is that. They do feel smooth, but sometimes wood, it's not my preferred. I'm kind of more titanium. Micarta would be like my two favorites. Nothing wrong with G10 or whatever, but something about titanium, this micro milled titanium, feels really, really good. And just listen to this. Oh. KC, the new Tempest Microjet. Great action, great feel. I really like this knife. It's just a really good design. It's a smaller one, but this grab, I put my index finger right here, and I've got a little bit sticking out the back. He's got the tab set up for lefties to swap. What's cool about this, Justin, I'll get to that in just one sec. If you make some, let me know. Carbon fiber would look sick. Aaron, stay tuned. I'll get to it for sure. Love the Militaw. Just got the purple haze in the mail. Just need to fix blade to complete the collection. We'll talk about that fixed blade as well. But this titanium is awesome. It feels really good. The knife is fantastic. And then all the hardware is titanium. So the tab, the clip, the screws, the pivot are all titanium, and the backspacer. So I'm going to do two-tone. I'm looking at blue and maybe bronze or something. So I'll do all these in one color, and then I'll do the scales in another color. I'm excited for that, but I'm going to get everyone else's projects done before I start doing projects on my own. The other microjet, here is the Ultim microjet. I actually won this. This was Casey's live giveaway he does on Mondays a couple of weeks ago, and I won the sow belly and the Ultim microjet. Ugh, lucky me. I really wanted the Ultim one, but I saw this and I saw the opportunity of the fun of the two-tone anodizing, so I opted to get this one so that I could also do that, and I do like titanium. But I really thought the Ultim one was cool. It feels great. The Ultim micro milling just feels a little bit there. That's a good angle. You can see it. But it just, I can feel it just a little bit more than on the titanium. The titanium feels awesome. Don't get me wrong. But the grooves stick out just a little bit more on that Ultim. And the jimps he did are just fantastic. I love this knife. It is super cool. How is my knife? Did you finish it or no? Don't have it done yet, MPG. I am dialing in. I found a picture, but before I wanted to try to dial it in and get approval from you. So I'm kind of testing it out, trying to get some shading, kind of gradients in it. And then I'm going to send you a photo and I'll be like, what do you think of this? And if you like that, then we'll go ahead and do it on the blade and we'll be done. So very soon, MPG. If you're looking at the microjets and you are interested, they are limited. He only made about 50 of each model. I think he's got 3 versions that are still available. But, this knife is great. I paid full price for this one here. Glad to have done it. I won this one. Super cool. And then I also won the butter knives fast. Got a super fun one from my collection. Yeah. Okay, so what else were we going to go talk about with? They want to know about the Veratus and the fixed blade there. So Kaiser, like I said, Kaiser and I are going to be collaborating, actually. We're going to be doing some things. I think they saw me as a good potential for some of the stuff that they were wanting to do, because they were like, well, how many Kaisers do you have? And I counted, and it was like, oh, I think I have 24 or 25. And they're like, well, could you take a picture of them and send them to us so we can see which ones you have? And I'm like, interesting. And so I busted them all out. I did a live chat with them. And it was a great time. And I pulled them all out to get a picture, and I realized that I had 30. So I had 30 Kaisers. And so what I think they saw on that was like, they don't have as many gaps that they need to fill in for me to kind of get a little bit more. So one of the knives that I did not have was the Veratus. I did the custom ano job on that Veratus a couple of weeks back, but I didn't personally have one in the collection. This one has a G10 with a really cool pattern to it. I'm not sure exactly how they did the G10 differently. And then this one's Nitro V, right? Yeah. Nitro V. But the action is good. Front flipper works nice. Drops shut. Flicks out good. I'm not a big thumb. This one, I think on the thumb, it's definitely more of a kind of a rollout. I actually kind of enjoy the rollout on this. I'm not usually someone who'll do that. I'm going to flick it out most of the time. But the front flipper does work good. You can get your index finger on there and flip it up like that. The pocket clip can be swapped to the other side. So the Veratus is a cool knife. They also gave me a gold pivot. So if I want to swap out the gold pivot, I actually saw someone on Facebook who had swapped out the gold, and I think it looks cool. What does everyone think in the comments here? Comment right now. Should I leave my Veratus like this, or should I put the square gold pivot? It'll be gold on both sides of the pivot if I do that swap. What do you guys think? Comment below now. The budget Veratus is exactly like the premium, just different material, says Aaron. He's right. The action feels great, other than it not being titanium. And I don't know what the premium blade steel is. So you're getting the budget materials, but like I said, the action, that front flick works really good. And the flick out is great. It feels really nice in the hand. I like the choke up spot. Get that middle finger in that kind of square section. Get some nice cuts with it. It is cool. Gold hardware and a gold pocket clip. So I got to swap. I got to put that gold on there. But man, a gold pocket clip might be cool too. I'd have to maybe try to find a titanium. Maybe I could find a titanium clip that fits on there, which I'm sure I could do. And then, boom. Then I'd have the gold and gold. But yeah, maybe we'll do that in a little bit here. We can do that swap. I love gold. It's titanium and S35VN. Thank you, Ghost Keeper. Thank you. You actually had a video chat with the people from Kaiser, Kenman. Sounds great. They're really interested. Yes, I did, Sabal. That was with Joyce and Mandy. I've actually had 2 of them now. The other one was with just Joyce. Yeah, it's super cool. They got a hold of me. I mean, initially, for those of you who don't know, I'm just kind of keeping it myself and just making my channel, doing my thing, having some fun. Kaiser originally contacted me first, and they sent me a drop bear, which was super cool, and I love it. And then since then, they've sent me 2 or 3. They sent me the Ultim Assassin, which is cool. Yeah, they knew I had several of their knives, and so we had a meeting, started talking about some stuff. Long story short, I'm going to be doing a live, and it's not going to be a Thursday live. This is going to be a very specific live to feature some Kaiser. That will be coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. I am quite excited about it. Like I said, as far as I have probably over 200 knives, or I know I do. And over 30, I think now I have 33, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 34 or 35 now, because they've sent me a few more. Like I said, they're kind of starting to fill in some of the gaps in my collection, so I can kind of feature more of their products. But because I bought most of those myself. I've sold a few that I did custom jobs to, and I have Kaiser won't reply to my email, sad face. I think that's it, Justin. I never emailed them once. They emailed me. I don't know if they reply to emails at all. I have emailed to some companies, and I've had several that I've never heard anything back, and I've had several that write back right away and say I'm not big enough or I'm not good enough for them to. Fook, you're back. Welcome back, buddy. You did not miss out all the fun. Just a little. Just a little. It was fun. It'll be a lot more fun now that you're back. He's back. The man behind the mask. Alice Cooper? What movie? Been on a Kubi kick, but I just ordered the Kaiser Bulldog. Got it for $48 with some Amazon rewards. That's a good price. I do not have a Bulldog yet. They did not send me one of those, which is fine. Because I have so many Kaiser knives, it's because I like them. I've said it in the past. I buy knives. I enjoy knives. I share knives with you. If I buy a knife from a company and I like it for some reason, that will create a buzz in my head to want to look at other products that they feature. Then I buy another product that they feature. And if I like that, I will continue to give them my business. I have loved pretty much every Kaiser knife I have received, other than the the knife, the Cybertruck's knife. I don't really like that one. That one's like a gimmick shaped like the Cybertruck, but that big hole, just not. That's the only one I'm not really a fan of. But that's more because of the style and the shape of it. They made it fine, but the hole's too big, and it's the only Kaiser I'm not a fan of. But to get to my point is, because I like them so much, it's cool that they want to kind of do some stuff with me. You know, if it was some other company that I don't really care as much about, or I don't really have any knives for, it would be harder for me to be like, yeah, you know, it's a nice enough knife, but I don't really. I actually got an email from another company, and they have a line on like Amazon, and most of their knives are like $20 to like $40. I can't remember the name of it. But they were like, oh yeah, you know, I want you to check it out. But the steel's kind of, it's like, do I really want to? I don't know. Point being, I like Kaiser. I like what they're doing. I have no problem kind of giving them a little praise. They did tell me too, when I'm going to talk about stuff, I can say what I want. I can say, like I said, that Cyber knife, I don't really like it. You know, I could say how one of them might not be as good for lefties or whatever. They're totally cool with my input. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I got 4 Kaisers nowhere near 30 plus. 4's fine. I mean, 1 is fine. Or none. You know? But Kaiser is good. They make some great things. I really love them. One of my favorite knives in my entire collection is this Kaiser Mini Tauser K. Oh. The clutch lock is fantastic. This titanium with this frag. It feels so good in the hand. It's amazing. Kaiser. Never heard of them. They knew. I have 4 Tausers. They are a so choice. Okay, I haven't picked it up yet. Can you believe they sent me this bad boy though? Holy schnikels, dude. Focus. Really? Why? Like, there's nothing else to focus on. S35VN. We've got that sweet kind of carbon insert there. Aluminum handle. Look at the jimps inside there. Fred the Log, I remember telling you about the WMK exclusive Frag Mini Tauser K. I think you bought it within minutes. Dude, I remember that. Fred was like, dude, check this out. And I went and I was like, huh? Is this for real? And I was like, yep, I need it now. I want the Ultim Tauser so bad, but not paying $104. I'll wait for the sale. They have an Ultim Tauser? Shit. Yeah, I need that one. I see that fixie sitting there. Yeah, so this is the new Milita fixed blade. They also got jimps right there. Look at that. Dude, it's funny. The only things I've seen that some people don't really care for the Milita, I don't know if it's like they don't like the design or whatever, but a couple people were saying they weren't really keen on the pivot, making it look like it's a folder with that kind of screw right there, making it look, but like they're kind of mimicking the Milita. So if you look, they're literally about the same. If you'll notice the swedge right here goes a little further on the regular Milita. It drops a little shorter on the fixed because it's got those jimps right there. But it is also, it scoops up. If you look in there, so it's a little bit bigger on the handle right there. The handle's a little bit wider, and then the finger scoop does go in further. You also got some jimps on the back. Nice thick piece, S35VN. Oof, I like it. It's got that coating. It's not a DLC coating. It's like a PVD coating. I did notice I already put a little bit of a scratch. Yeah, if I could get the damn thing to focus. Right across here, just a little bit of a... I'm going to get that, there you can see it. It's that little teeny, almost like scratch. Just kind of poking and cutting some stuff outside and kind of digging into some sticks and some logs and stuff, just kind of messing around, carving a few things up. And, you know, that's the thing with that PVD coating. You are going to kind of scratch it as you use it. That's why I'm thinking like that DLC, or you know, that DLC coating is just so much, it's got a higher HRC or whatever that it won't scratch. Jimps. Ken, dude, Ken, you're gonna love this thing when you check it out. It just is awesome. I really, I'm impressed. They sent me, you know, they could have sent me the budget version of this. They sent, everything else was kind of budget version, but then they sent the premium fixed Milita. This thing is excellent. It feels really good. Just the way that handle is, and then the jimps right here, and then those extra jimps up on the tip make Kenman a very happy boy. But other than that, it has a very similar, I mean, it's, you can tell it's in that Milita family. It is cool. I like it. The other one they sent, so they sent me a 3-pack. They sent the Veratus, the full-size Milita, and then the grouper, the mini grouper. I actually bought the this Milita. I paid for that one myself. They sent me this one, and I was like, dude, as soon as the regular size Militas drop, I'm ordering one. I ordered that one, got that one in, and that was when Kaiser got a hold of me. They're like, we really need to have a meeting with you. And I was like, okay, sounds cool. Milita they sent me must be held up in the mail. Possible. I have some more knives coming. I have one that I got a tracking info for, and it said the tracking info was like, oh, here's your tracking number, and then I looked it up and it says, oh, it hasn't shipped yet, and it's been like 3 or 4 days. It still hasn't shipped. Happens. Boom. So this is the Kaiser mini grouper. This one's been out for a while, but they sent me another one. I believe the reasoning is because one of the things I am going to talk about is some upcoming new releases, and I believe that a couple of knives that they have are going to have some new models. You know, like they just released a whole bunch of new models of the Milita, the mini Milita, and then the fixed. Maybe there will be some more groupers coming out pretty soon. But the grouper is awesome. So you've got that thumb stud that flicks out nice. Really feels good. Flipper tab works great. And look at this. Watch this. It's basically just drop open, drop closed. This button lock is literally perfect button lock. And it's not a plunge button lock. It is a button actuated liner. There, you can see it right there. So when you push that button, it engages the liner lock. So this is a liner lock. The strength of a liner lock. Come on, focus. I don't know what is wrong with my settings today. I apologize. But it is a button lock, but it has the strength of a liner lock. So it's basically, it's a liner lock with the action of a button. Then it's got this, it's a sandwiched G10 carbon fiber mix. So the carbon fiber on the top, it's got this weave. If you look at it right, each one of those little rectangles is like a bump. So it kind of bumps up. It's almost like a basket, right? They call this the mini grouper. Was there ever a big grouper? I don't know for sure. If they do the mini grouper in Ultim, that would be excellent. They don't have a lot of options on it, so a premium one would be cool, an Ultim one would be cool. I can tell you the action on this is just, it's just great. It's just so nice. It's just that liner lock inside there It's the best button lock I have. It's just fun. If I want to film a video with it, it's so much easier. There's some knives I fidget with where I have problems. They don't work every time, or you get a fail or whatever. I swear this one, it's like almost like no fail, hardly ever. It just is an excellent action on that mini grouper. But yeah, we'll be watching. Like I said, I'm going to have my live fairly soon for that. And we'll talk about it some more when I get some more info. So that will be happening in the future. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to get these out of the way for a little bit. This one over there. The butter knives fast. Who's got one of these? Excellent one for the collection. Thanks again, KC. If you don't watch the Knives Fast channel, go check it out. Sow belly. Boom. That thing is great. The other thing that was in the winnings, well, there were some stickers too, but this little clip-on and magnetic Olight, this thing is fantastic. Nice light. Okay, get some stuff out of the way. But if you are interested even remotely in the Microjet, pick one up. They are great. About the Kaiser Towser K and Red Micarta, because of you, the knife pops out like magic with the studs. Crazy action. I would say that too, because you know, this is probably, like I said, one of my favorite knives, the Towser K, but this is the mini. It has that clutch lock on there, and the action in that clutch lock is great, but I can't see. You know, like this. I got stuff everywhere here. All right, there it is. The red one, it's got the liner lock, but look at this action. Huh. It's just, and you can just whoop, drop it. But let me tell you what. So rad. Towser K all day long. All day, no questions. No, do not pass go, do not collect. Just buy a Towser K. All right, let's do this swap real quick. Because why not? How much of a pain is it going to be? Am I going to be able to do it? My hardware is silver. Oh, laid off Pete. You didn't know I did that? Ha! He's like, wait, mine doesn't look like that. Yours doesn't have the black hardware. Because this blue one, see, I've got dueling ones. Notice I got the pocket clips on opposite sides so I can carry them like this. But yeah, I bought the blue Richlight and the red micarta, and the blue Richlight came with all black hardware, and I do not like navy blue and black. I do not think it looks good together, but tell me the navy blue and all this silver looks pretty sweet, right? So I swapped. I put all the silver on the blue one, and I put all the black on the red one. So now I have different. Laid off Pete's like, no! It is great. Tell me, just red and black looks cool together. I saw it and I was immediately like, yeah, I need to do that. The first thing I noticed was the black that was on the blue. And like I said, just dark blue and black next to each other don't really please me that much. But now I have two that I'm very happy with. The silver did look just fine on the red, so don't feel like what. But it here we are. Did you hear that? Oh, I gotta get them to go at the same time. Oops. It's just a happy, happy feeling. Okay. So here's the question. Can we get this swapped without taking it apart? Can we just do a pop and pull? Or is it all going to fall apart? We're going to pop and pull? Or is it all going to fall apart? Let's find out. Synchronic feeling. I love having dual knives. You know, I'll be doing that with, actually I like it better with the big one. This would be my carry, where I got the big on the left and the small on the right. Hacha. But I have several knives that if I really like it, sometimes I'll get two just so I can do the dual wield. Okay. Kaiser is awesome because they send a bag of screws with every knife, so you've got a little bit of all the screws. So if you ever strip one out or lose one, I don't know how you'd lose one, you got to swap. So let's see if we can get this on there. I'm wondering if I can. I might just screw everything up, but we're going to try just for fun. So my technique, I'm going to do this. Wow, why is that not even? What am I getting pressure on here? Oh, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to just hold everything in place like that. Right? Here's where it's going to get funky. It's either going to go or it's not. We got it! We are doing it. That was, I would say, skill, but it's probably more luck. Now the issue is you got to pay attention to blade centering. So in a case like this, is it going to screw up the blade centering? We don't know. Alright, so black can go in here and I can write Veratus. Actually, I wouldn't need to on this one because it's got unique pieces, but I basically write it on every bag so that if I go through it. I did take a picture once and posted it where it was like my 25 bags. It was like no knives, just all the bags. Give it a quick clean while you're at it. What am I cleaning? You can do it! Alright, so let's crank this down. Not quite centered. Alright, now we are almost centered. Little stiff. Yeah, I have a feeling that's what's going to be the issue is I'm going to have to loosen this up. Oh, see, now it needs to be a little tighter than that. You want to make sure the blade has no play. I suppose you can watch. You guys want to watch me do it? So make sure the play is minimal when it's open. And then the blade is, yeah, for the most part, if you look at the tip right here, it's pretty close. Not bad. And the action seems to be just fine. Make sure it drops easy enough. I'm good with that for now. All right, so we've done it. The only issue is because I'm a lefty, I put the clip on the other side. And so the square cool pivot is on my clip side. What do we think? Give it a kiss. Was just saying, since you were taking the pivot out, might as well tear it down and give it a quick clean. Yeah, except for it's brand new. It's completely new, and I was feeling lazy. Feeling a little lazy. And yeah. What do we think? Is it an improvement? Mr. Eddie says back to black. Likes the black better. Anyone else? I can't decide. I feel it's cool, but I also think that gold dulls out to be ugly. It's a small little piece though. I feel like there needs to be a little more gold accent to kind of finish it off. If I could get these screws in gold, maybe get myself a gold pocket clip, it might look better. Wow, that was kind of a weak. Boom. Can I index it now still? It's kind of a weird. Yeah. Not bad. I am alright with it. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so gold screws. I wonder if I'm gonna have to talk to Kaiser about that. Screws and inserts. Also, flip the clip, it's on the wrong side. It's supposed to be on this side. Yeah, I know, Mr. Eddie, I'm a backwards boy. But it is cool. I'm on board. Okay, moving off of the Kaisers for a little bit here. What's next on the smooth surface? Well, I need to hold on. Of course, I tipped it over right when I did that. I need a paper towel just in case there is anything on the bottom of this container. Boom. Boom. Let's take a peek. This just fell over. Shipwreck City. What do we think so far? Getting some blues in there. Trying to go heavy Blues Brothers. So what I've been doing with this one is this is heavy ammonia in here, and I've been going in like this and kind of re-wetting the Q-tip and wiping off the salt, right? Because the salt is the main ingredient that does the blue. We're trying to get heavy blue here, right? Okay, so then I'm gonna take some more of this salt. I'm actually going to do it over here because I don't want it going all over the table. I'll be back in 1 second. You can take a look at it. But you know how salt is. I start shaking it over the table and there's just going to be sprinkles of it everywhere. Alright. So I just sprinkled more salt. Let's see if I can get it to focus. See all the salt crystals on there over the top? So this is like the 3rd or 4th application. And then I'll go back in here like so. Seal this back up. For those of you who haven't watched any of my Shipwreck videos, go check them out. I'm going to put this away for now. But that is what I'm working on that one. I've been testing a lot of different techniques. Basically shipwrecking. Tipped it over. Hold on. Shipwrecking is forcing a patina on copper or brass. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the more recent ones that I've finished. Here is the Civivi X-Arc. This one is brass. I did a bunch of stuff. I was kind of unhappy with this one. Much more even variation in this one, says Laid Off Pete. Trying different techniques, Pete. I'm going to keep doing different things until I kind of come up with a bunch of different styles, and then I can kind of incorporate some of them together. This one I was going for like a heavy marbled kind of a look, and we got some interesting kind of green shades. It doesn't really look as green per se, but mixed with the copper, that's kind of a green tone, and the blues across there. I wasn't quite sure. I kept doing more trials on with this one, and then one of the lives, everyone was like, yep, we like it, it looks good, finish it up. So I did. This one, the video actually isn't even out yet. I just finished editing it. It should be posting soon, maybe tomorrow. But this is one of these cool little 440 Rough Rider lockbacks. This was like $7, and you can't take it apart. It's pins, and so you'd have to pop the pins out, put the pins back in, re-sand it and clean it up. So I just taped off the blade and did the Shipwreck. Got a little bit of blues, but I'm really fascinated with these little marks. I put some ammonia and some vinegar and some salt, a few other things to try to get some of these other weird marks, like this silver up in here, or the actual bare brass right there, and then the black spots. Just a nice little variety. The little black lock, or the little back locks are cool. That's just like the one that's in there now. Wow. Focus. There you go. We have my QSP Penguin. Really happy with how this one turned out. This was the one where I tried the technique of just putting a little bit of everything. This is soy sauce. That dark stuff is vinegar. The ammonia created all the fumes in the chamber, and I am focused heavy on everything that's not supposed to be in focus is what's focusing today. Are you sealing them after you're done? I have been. I watched some stuff, and you can leave it blank. It's all in there. It's smooth. So like you can't really feel this. I run my hand across there before I sealed it in, and it's kind of eating into the surface and creating that. So it's actually part of the surface. It's not on the surface. You wipe it off, and that's like permanently there. But I did put clear coat on there. Watching some videos that people did, Neves and a few others, and they were saying throw a little clear coat on there just to give it a little extra protection, and it also helps the colors to pop out a little bit more. This one with these kind of greens and this kind of smoky background where it kind of changes and shades the lighter and darker in between the blues. I love it. I've got a video for the entire process on all these knives. This one's not out yet. It will be out soon. Focus. Wow. I've had focus issues before, but never this. Stupid. Maybe if I bring this down. Wait. That's not right. $150, $50. I don't know. Okay, next one. I've got the Civivi Mini Elementum. This was the first one that I did to completion. All those little dots are from salt. And then I wiped off, a lot of the blue came off. I didn't leave this one on long enough, but it's just got the one brass side. I still am quite happy. This one kind of reminds me of like a map or something. It just looks like some old ancient map that you're kind of looking at, a bunch of islands. Wow. So far away. Got a pen right here. This was a cheap little pen off of Amazon. It's kind of got that little barrel action. Simple little cool little pen. Took this piece off and did the inner piece. There was a couple blue spots on the inside as well. Oof. It's a fun little cheapo knife. I think this was like 15 bucks on Amazon or whatever, but I was just looking for some simple brass that I could do some tests with. This guy's a trickster. Okay. Lanyard Man, you still here? Lanyard Man's still in the vicinity. All right, let's put this up here. Put this up here. Put this in the good spot so you can see it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Right? All right. Lanyard Man sent me some stuff to check out. Did I post a video on that yet? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I have not posted said video. Middle Earth, right? Yeah, it does look like a Lord of the Rings type of map or something. Robo Steve. How long have you been in here and I didn't notice? That one's not done yet either. I'm searching. There we go. So this is one of the ones that Robo sent me. I mean Robo. Lanyard Man. Boom. This is the mini Osborne Benchmade. So Lanyard Man did the Shipwreck on this one. He sent me a few just to kind of check out. He definitely uses his knives. What's everyone think about that? Pretty good job. Nice look. This one's got a very copper kind of a look where it seems like a lot of kind of untouched areas where it looks like it's barely changed at all. Where mine, it seems like I'm getting more weird. I don't know. It's interesting. I like this. I think it turned out great. Very impressed. And another one. Focus. All right. Let's see if I can find these here. Like I said, Lanyard Man sent me like 7 more knives to check out. All right. 1, 2. Keep them in order. Here we go. Right here is the Kaiser Hiccup. I have a Kaiser Hiccup. I don't have one in copper. But here is another one that Lanyard Man did. Very nice blues going on back in here. Quite interesting. It looks the same, but different. Pantene is crap. You need to start using Pantene. Suave, baby. 99-cent Suave. No, I used to be a Suave man back in the day when I was just trying to not spend money and didn't have long hair. When you get long hair, you start realizing that the shampoo... Wait, you did mean shampoo, right? I don't carry my Kaiser Hiccup very often. Something about the design, it works great. The action is nice, just like this one is. The front flipper works good. The flick out is nice. It's a nice button lock. I don't know, something about it I'm not a big fan. I'm actually thinking about doing a knife video or maybe series. I still got an itch right there. I'm not sure. It might just be one video, but it's kind of like knives that I should like, but I don't. Or something like that. And the Hiccup falls under that category. The Microtech MSI falls under that category. I've just got a few where it's like, I should like it, but I don't. Does that make sense? Anybody interested in that? Would you watch that video? I used to rock the locks back in the day. I had long hair back when herbal essences was the thing. Those videos, those commercials, like I'll have what she's having. Good night, everyone. Tomorrow's my birthday. Going to bed. Jason Beecher is born November 1st. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Everyone wish Jason Beecher a good happy birthday. Thanks for hanging out with us, bud. Channel member. Much appreciated. He's a Jason lover. You know Jason, the beach. It all makes sense. We still use herbal essences. I mean, if it makes you feel that good, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Have a good night, bud. Appreciate you. All right. I think I've got, yep, there it is. I have another Lanyard Man Shipwreck. Look at this hog. I love this one. Everyone knows what this is. This beastly sheepdog. Do you notice something with Lanyard Man's knives? Notice he's got the clip on the left as well. Robo Stevo says he was born on the 26th of this month, so he's cooler. Robo, I didn't know it was your birthday a couple days ago. Happy birthday to Robo Steve. So this sheepdog is a beefy beast. You know, copper and brass scales are definitely heavier than a standard scale of the same knife. So this sheepdog is an absolute tank. It's a tank. Let's find out. Let's find out live right now. I got my scale here. Oh, 7.99, almost 8 for this pig. Can you believe it? But look at the sweet, sweet shipwreck on here. Very cool. Something about a shipwreck, it's like each one's unique. They're all going to be different than the last one. You might be able to learn some control methods, which I am working on. Boo! Stacy, you scared me. My goodness. Everyone say hi to Stacy. What's going on, Stace? Welcome to the party. We are talking shipwrecks right now. Hold on to my well wishes for next month. For as much as I like the shipwreck, I have shockingly few. Yeah, you know, Leatherworks, I felt the same, but now I'm addicted and I can't stop. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 knives over there in front of me that are all for my shipwreck project that I'm well underway, so I can't stop. I'm going to keep doing more. If anyone wants something shipwrecked and they don't feel like doing it themselves, send it to me. I'll do it for you. I'd be glad to. It is fun. What do we think? Oh, that sheepdog is dope, though. It's just a beast. Look at all the ships being wrecked. I want to wreck that ship, you know what I'm saying? What it is, what it do. So are you telling me that Lanyard Man isn't here, is he? Because he would have said something. I'm looking at all his knives and he had to take off. Is he, what is he... Did he say he had some Halloween stuff or work or something? Probably done close to 50 of them, but have none of them. You have done 50? So you did them all for other people and sold them off, or you did one and then someone's like, oh, I love it. It's kind of like I did this one and I had several people almost immediately like, hey, what are you selling it for? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I love it. But I can be bought. I am doing them for fun. I'm doing them with knives that I could find and get. I've started to learn more and more with the customs that I do. If someone is interested in it, sometimes I feel better about hooking them up with it. just because I'm able to now get something unique and cool into someone else's hands that they're going to like and appreciate and enjoy. And I can make another one, you know? And I find it's like, oh, if there's something I really like, it's like, oh, well, you know, I'll sell you that one and then I'll use the money, I'll buy another one and do it again. Speaking of Towser K, yeah. Same action. Boom. Whoops. Neil's got to go back to work again. Always appreciate you, Neil. Also a channel member. Leatherworks has done 20 for himself and then sold them. Done around 30 for clients. Very cool. Stacy's first Kaiser knife was a sheepdog mini with the copper scales. Cool. QSP Penguin is a perfect knife in my eyes, says Sebald. It is a nice one. I enjoy it. I bought a couple of them, did some custom stuff to them, sold them. Got that one. Probably won't be in my life for long. I've had a few people inquire about it. But yeah, I am excited. Oh, Kaiser. I was like, Kaiser, stupid smartphone. What's the problem? It's like, oh, you spelled it wrong up there. But we got it. That's the nice thing about chats and texts and stuff. Sometimes you can spell something wrong and still get it. I can't wait to do this shipwreck on this one. I don't know. Sometimes when it's something I really like, though, I might put it off when I should really just do it. I want to experiment a little bit more, come up with a few different techniques that are kind of giving me some actual results where I can say, yeah, vinegar, ammonia, you know, extra salt, less salt, more salt. Getting painterly with it, which is what I've been doing on this most recent one, where basically I'm letting it do its thing and then I'm swirling it around on there and then letting it sit again and then swirling around, adding more and kind of continuing with it. Some of them I just did it once and just let it sit, call it a day. This one I put in, let it sit overnight, took it out, rinsed it off, done. It's cool. Might not have a lot of that blue in there, but sometimes you don't always need it to be blue. I like these weird marbly kind of texture-y effects. I mean, they're not really textured. It's pretty much smooth. I did notice there's a chunk right here. Let's see if I can focus it. Okay, this is where I need that extra light. Pow. Prepared. Out of focus. Focus. Now it's never going to focus. Right there. You can see there's a couple little pit marks where you can actually feel that. I tried to wash it off. It didn't really come off. It's basically because you are etching and kind of patinaing the material. So you're actually physically changing the material surface. And so, you know, there are times where that's going to actually maybe create a hole like this one here. If you look right there above my thumb, there's some grooves along here and there's a little pit right there. But I put this one in 4, 5, 6 different times for days practically that it was sitting there reacting with stuff. I think there is another dot somewhere. But again, it's part of it. Shipwreck, it should make it look kind of like it's weathered and old. So a little ding in there or something like that doesn't necessarily bother me. Dan, experiment with types of salt, fine, coarse grains. I appreciate all info you give me, 1931. I have been. I bought 2 different types of salt, which were like the table salt, which like one of them was like a more coarse, more fine. And then I also got some rock salt, and then I got some pink Himalayan salt and some pink Himalayan rock salt. So I've got like 4 or 5 different salts. I've been watching some videos of some people that make like copper jewelry, and that's how I saw where they had some stuff where like they'll take copper squares and then make them really blue and green and then turn them into flowers or some stuff like that, make earrings and stuff like that. But that's the one I'm working on now where I'm kind of moving the stuff around. They got some stuff where the whole thing was like blue, but it was just swirls of blue, but everything was blue or everything was green with some, you know, like it's just a cool set of videos. She's doing all these experiments where it's like, all right, this is just ammonia. Here's ammonia and a little salt. Here's ammonia and a lot of salt. Here's ammonia on this. Here's soy sauce. Here's what happens when you wrap it in something. And I love that experimentation. Do you have any Epsom salt, though? Do you have any kosher salt, bruh? Why you gotta be so salty? This works with brass as well. That is correct. Kikami? Or is it Kikami? But yeah, brass and copper are the main, I think it's the only two things that will actually work on. Comment below if you know any more about that. And smelling salts. Have you ever had that? If you're old enough, you might remember 80s, maybe even the early 90s. I remember I worked for my dad at Chuck E. Cheese for a while. That's a whole nother story. But I physically remember there were smelling salts, little crack things. I don't know if they're even legal anymore, or I know people use them to get high, or people use them when they're doing other drugs. I don't know. I saw it in Fear and Loathing or something. They were using them to stay awake when they were doing ether, or I've never done that. I don't know. But our first aid kit at Chuck E. Cheese had brake smelling salts in them. And I remember I was, I don't know, maybe 16 or 17, and I was like, what are these? Because I needed to get Band-Aid or something out of there. And my dad was like, oh, those are for like if someone passes out. You use them to help wake them up. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, like if someone's passed out or whatever, you crack one and put it under their nose and it'll wake them up. And I'm like, what? And he's like, here, I'll show you. And he cracked one and held it up to my nose. I was like, oh, Jesus. Like it's like when you're doing a shipwreck and you have a bottle of ammonia. If you were to open this bottle, put your nose right there and just take a big old whiff, it's kind of like that. Just knocks your socks off for a second. I don't know about... So Robo says we did the crack smelling salts in the field house back in the high school football. They don't last long. Yeah, it was literally... I mean, I don't know. I didn't sit there and breathe it. I just barely... He was like, here, smell. I was like, whoa. Yep, that will wake you up. Kikami says it gives you a boost for lifting. They still sell them. It is legal. Amazon sells them. It's ammonia. So it is literally just ammonia. We're learning something here today, kids. I just remember them in there, and I just don't recall seeing them since. And I've worked at many places that have first aid kits on the wall, and it used to be just a standard thing in the first aid kit box. And I guess people abuse them, and then it becomes less attainable. But I guess Amazon's your spot. If you're looking for some smelling salts, is there any salt in it then? Yeah, the bottle, or it was a bottle of smelly packets. I don't even know. I just know mine. It was like a little thing, and it was like almost like made out of paper or something. And you go and crack it, and then it's like it's a one use, and that's it. So it wasn't a bottle. It was like, I don't know what it was made of, but you'd go, and then you'd be like, you had a smell, and you basically threw it away, and it was done. Sneak up behind someone and give them a surprise dose. Yeah, I think I've told this story once before. I used to work at a fish distributor, and we would use formaldehyde for treatments on certain, it's like medication for certain fish bacterias and things. And you basically are putting like a drop or two of formaldehyde into like a 30-gallon tank, and it's an active ingredient for removing some of these issues that you have on fish. And the first time I ever had it, they handed me the little container, and I was going to go and, put in like the 3 drops per whatever. And I had it like this in front of me, and I was walking, and I just got the smallest fume from it, and I took a knee. I literally was like, whew. Oh man, that stuff is legit. What Civivi is it? Are we talking on the table? Or are we talking something else? It's a Civivi. Oh, the top knife. The top knife is a Civivi X-Arc. So the X-Arc is a really nice kind of a gentleman's kind of a knife. The whole blade is basically hidden. You can kind of see it hangs out on this side just a little bit. It's a front flipper only. This one I got, it's the copper and Damascus. So you got that Damascus blade with that cool kind of pattern. And then I did the Shipwreck on the copper. It does have this like ridge along the edge there. But it's a nice clean knife. You can index finger front flick it. I put this thing back together. I put the C on backwards. I had it on this side. The scales both have a notch. They both had a notch for the captive pivot. So it fit on that side, but it looked weird because like if you hold the knife like this, the C is upright. And when you hold it like this, the C was upside down because this part will still face that way. And so see how like the C is upside down right now. So just imagine on this side. So when you looked at it, you're like, what is going on here? And so then I swapped it so that it looks more upright. But this one is a cool knife. It does, like I said, the front flipper only, but it does front flip quite well. That's the one above the QSP. The other Civivi on the table is the Mini Elementum. It's a fun little tiny one. Oh, geez. I can barely hold on to it and flip it open because it's so small. And you don't have a whole lot of space to hold on like as a lefty, and so you're putting thumb pressure on the lock, so you kind of get back here to kind of flip it open. That's why I put that 2-finger grab, and then I got 2 fingers on the lanyard there to kind of hold it. Yeah, those one-use packets were in a big bottle. Robo seems to remember this more than anyone else. Like there was a bottle of 200 of them. Wow. There you have it. Stacy. Robo, I ain't surprised. The Damascus pattern on that one is pretty cool. I like it. I've had that one for a while, and then I started doing the Shipwreck project, and then I realized I was like, ooh, that one actually could be done. I think it's neat. It kind of, there's something about this section here is kind of a caramely kind of a color. This angle you can see the greens I was talking about more. Like when I'm down here, if you look in this area around that blue swirl, there's like this, in the right light it has a very green shade to it. These with this bright light shining up on there, it kind of changes the way some of them look. This one ultimately though is my favorite so far as the technique and the way that it turned out. Just the variety and the unique kind of nature of just the way some of these spots where they're just like almost bare right there, and then you got this black and the blue and just I love me some Shipwreck. Can't wait to do some more. In the process right now. In the process right now. It was only on out of revenge, says Robo. He only did it to people as a revenge. Sure. Whatever you say, boss. Okay, it's 8:30. Where are we at? All right. I was gonna, let's do that. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. How many people we got in here? 40? 40. Okay. Let's put these away. And I'm going to get a couple things out here. Alright. Robo Stevo. My main bully move in high school was to walk up behind the dudes at the water fountain and Heimlich them mid-drink. Robo sounds like he was quite the prankster back in the day. Just got my Kaiser Towser K in the copper in the mail today. It is a chonker. It is definitely got some weight to it. But the action is just like every other Towser. 6.68, almost 7. Oops. Moving my lights. What is this shadow coming from right here? See this? What is that coming from? My light's right here. There's nothing to shadow that. Always interesting on the KDK Lives. KenmanDanKenman. What's my name? What is my name? All right. So, in fairness, I guess I'll have to throw that in too. We're going to do an end of the night giveaway. What's everyone think? Okay, so we're going to do that. So, in the party of Halloween, Laid Off Pete says, smash the like button. Notice my mask is a little bit different than this one. Reason being is I weathered this one up. I haven't weathered this one up, but I certainly can. It's going to be a kit. Today, we're going to do a giveaway just for fun. Right now, nothing crazy, but here's what you're going to win. You're going to win this Jason mask right here. If you want me to weather it a little bit and make it look dirty and old, I can. If you want me to leave it as is, I can. Going to get this little fake little well, I mean, it's real, but plastic Bowie knife, you know, if you want to make a display, or if you just want to have it part of the costume. If you want to have a costume, then you could carry this around with you and not really get in trouble for carrying a knife. And giveaway for the mask and a buck knife. Yeah, right. I can't give away my sweet, beautiful. This one's for me. See, it goes with my mask. All right, and just to keep it for real, right here. Inside this bag is another one of these little Rough Riders. So this is the same lock back as this, but I'm going to shipwreck this one too. So what you're going to get is you're going to get a shipwrecked little lock back for funsies. And then you're going to get this knife and then this for Halloween. Not much, it's just a small little fun little one. I obviously haven't shipwrecked this yet, so I still have to shipwreck that before I send it out. But the winner, what I'll do is I'll kind of give everyone the option. Be like, do you want this the same or you want it dirty? Do you want this shipwrecked like this? Do you want more blue in it like this? I have the other one. Maybe you just want this one instead, or maybe you want the other one that I have. I have 3 of these knives. So basically, I'll let you pick either one of the 2 that I've got. When that one's done, I'll show you the pictures, or I'll give you the new one and we'll do that one up. Or I could do the new one up. You can look at all 3 and then you can make your pick. These are great size knives. So this is it. Fun little Halloween, nothing crazy. Boo! Did I scare you? Watch City Knives. What's up, dirty dog? Okay. Can I do... Does anyone know when why do I keep wanting to say TC when it's Casey? I know who these guys are. I know both of them. On the Knives Fast channel, when he does the hashtags, he's basically just pulling the live. Can I pull the live on that? Are you going to shipwreck the Copper Towser K? Yes, I am, Ron Crow. Yes, I am. It's coming up pretty soon. Pretty soon. 5th pocket wreck. That's great. So, yeah, I want to do a hashtag something for the giveaway right off of this. I've seen that done already. And if I can do that off of this chat, that's what I want to do. Someone comment below if that's how he does it, or we'll just try it. Hopefully it'll work. I need to share copy. He uses the StreamYard feature. It's off of StreamYard, huh? Let me see. I want to do a little test here. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, because that's, yeah, all right. Yeah, because it's not going to let me separate the what's the numbers game? Is that just to pick a number and then whoever's closest? Yeah, it won't let me do that on this video, so that won't work. So let's try that. Have you shipwrecked any brass knives? I have a brass QSP penguin. I might try if it's worth it. Well, when I ordered this penguin, I was told it was copper, but then I had several people telling me that they're convinced that it's brass. And I looked up QSP, and QSP sells copper and brass options. So ultimately, I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty much sure that this Civivi is copper. I'm 100% sure this Civivi is brass, and the Rough Riders are also brass. And so you can, yeah, half of the ones I've done are brass. It looks like the brass is just a lighter shade when you start than the copper. But yeah, if you have a brass QSP penguin, try it. Watch one or two of my videos if you want to get a couple ideas, but really you don't need that much, and then you're good. One guess only, closest without going over wins. Tie goes to knife off. Then we'll have to do a fight. U.S. address only, must be 18. Good luck, everyone. Does everyone see that from Stacy? I've done the comment on a video before, Fookdoozle. I mean, where have you been, bro? Just kidding. But yeah, I've done that comment on comment videos before. I have the comment picker set up here. I could do that. It won't let me do it on this video because I don't have StreamYard. There's 45 people watching right now. It's a small enough amount of people. I think I'm going to do the number game. I haven't done that, so we can test out a few different things. So, I'm going to show you something. We're going to go like this. All right. And I am going to take the old sheriff. Oop. I'm going to drop my paper on the floor. Take the old sheriff. Cut off a little square of paper right there. All right. I'm going to take a pen. So 43. So I'm going to write a number here. So I'm going to write a number right here. I'm going to go. Now you can't see the number. There it is. Oh, haven't written it yet. Nope. There. No. There. No. There. Okay. Stop it, Dan. I have written a number. I have folded. I have folded. I'm actually going to fold it one more time and put the pen on it like that. And now we're going to go. There it is. I am now no longer going to remove the number from the table. Pretty neat stuff. So there are 46 of you in here right now. All right. So when I say, or when I type, I'm going to type go, right? And so you cannot pick a number until I type go. So you have to wait until you see my response of go in the chat. And when you see that, you get to pick one number and one number only. One guess, closest without going over wins. Tie goes to a knife off, and we'll do a redraw or some other type of a fight to the death or something like that. Please, U.S. addresses only, 18 and up. Good luck to everyone. Does everyone give me a D's in the chat? I'd like to see a bunch of D's in the chat if everyone understands how this is going to work and are ready to go. Bunch of D's in the chat. As soon as I see the D's in the chat, then we're going to get going. Now I have to wait 15 seconds because we're behind. And like I said, if you want this Rough Rider right here, you can have the new one, you can have this one that I've done, or the blue one that's in the container that I'm working on it. I have not given the range yet laid off, Pete. I will. I'm just trying to keep it as tight as possible until the very last minute. I am seeing lots of D's. D's. Ron Crow says, what's the range? Ha ha. Da, 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 da. I am going to type in the chat, and in the chat it's going to say the range is between this and this. Go. So when you see this type that says range between boom, boom, go, that's when you get to write one guess and one guess only. What was it? Under and closest without going over wins. And if we have a tie, we'll do something about it. All right. I see plenty of D's in the chat. Guess one time range between one How many people are in here now? 49. Everybody ready? I'm going to click it. You're going to get one guess. It's going to say guess one time range between 1 and 80. Go. And now we wait. And now we wait. 13 would have been a good one to guess. 13 definitely would have been a good one to guess. I thought about that for a moment. Numbers are coming in. Here we go. I see it. I see it. That doesn't look like 49, 48 guesses, which is interesting. If there's 40 some people in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I only have like 25 guesses. It says there's 47 people in here. So it's closest without going over. Does that mean I have to wait for everyone to guess? Or is it if someone hits it, it's the first one to guess it? But it says tie goes to a knife off. I guess I never thought of that. Does anyone still need a chance to write their number? Because it looks like the numbers are slowing down. Looks like everyone posted a number. I clearly see someone who did pick the correct number. And as of now, let me scroll back up. They are currently still the only person. So after what I said guess, we've got 17, 13, 13, 37, 67, 11, 65, 67, 51, 31, 44, 77, 37, 33, 23, 16, 11, 73. I guess I should have kept it on here. My bad. I haven't moved it. You can go back and watch it. It hasn't moved a single inch. Just double checking that no one also guessed that number, although I'm giving it away. Stacy just said stop. And stop! I think that was fair enough amount of time. Everyone did say D's, and it looked like everyone was prepped. So, I'm going to scan this one more time really fast, make sure I didn't screw up. I see one person with the correct number. Iowa AK. Shoot. You missed it, bud. You missed it by that much. And the winner is, I'm sorry, Iowa, you just missed it. 31. 31. And if you go up, you'll notice the 31 was a Robo That's what you get for being late. Oh, Iowa, you're literally, it was like Stacy just said stop. And I'm like, all right, I got to show it. You could have won all of this, right? Well, I'm keeping the pen. Robo, did you leave? Well, did he leave? I mean, if he left, then he's out. No freaking way! I can say this to everyone here. Couldn't have gone to a better person. But yeah, couldn't have gone to a better... John the engineer, dyslexia paid off. It wasn't 13, it was 31. Paul Mills is like, I was going to guess 31. I was going to write 13. I thought it was almost too... I don't know. I picked 31. I feel like that was legit. That worked all right. Stacy, thank you for helping out. I'm glad everyone was able to kind of jump in. Apologize we didn't get Iowa AK. How you doing tonight, Iowa? Everything going well? You sending me any deer meat yet? If he would have messaged me like a few days ago, like, yeah, I've got some deer meat on the way to you, I'd have been like, oh, you're in. I got to get him in. I'm just kidding. I can't be bribed. Maybe. Well, that was fun. So, Robo, you don't have to decide now, but message me. And like I said, if you want this as is, some people just like a clean mask. It looks great. This is good. If you want me to make it look dirty and aged, it's not going to be quite the same as this. These are different, slightly different masks. But I can age it up a little bit if you're interested. If not, keep it just like this. I'm back. I had to put my leg on to do a happy dance, he said. So yeah, like I said, Robo, you don't need to rush. What I'd like to do is give me a couple days to finish that other shipwreck. And then you can look at this shipwreck or that shipwreck. If you like one of those, we can call it a day. I can send you one of those if you want to wait for me to do this one. Or if you want to give me ideas on shades or just, if you want it more blue or less blue or chunky or whatever. Boom. I want the Hollywood effect on it. Blood, guts, and all. Yeah. Would anyone like to watch me do that? Because I could do that too. On the knife too. We'll just go ahead and just... Oh, I love you. But yeah, so we'll make this maybe I'll make a video. I don't know. Thanks, y'all. I know you let me win. You were the only one who guessed 31. I was legit. I wrote it on the paper. I left it on the table. It seems pretty legit to me. But you're a very deserving guy. I'm all about it. How do you get more blue out of the weathering? Or more blue on the patina for the shipwreck is created by salt. If we want to look at, move this stuff out of here for now. Give me 1 second. Let's check this out. It's not going to have changed too terribly much. Maybe not at all. It's only been Stacy.
Stacy Bolstead Blades became
4
a member.
months.
Stacy Bolstead Blades celebrates 4 months of membership. _mask thanks KDK. That was cool. Heart. Love you.
Thanks, KDK. That was cool. Love y'all. Focus. Focus. There you go. So you see all those salt dots on there. The salt is what kind of creates the blue. But the thing is when you clean it, it kind of wipes off. And so I've been adding salt and wiping it off. When I wipe it off, you can see on those Q-tips where that blue is. So basically this container, I have paper towels in the bottom. They are soaked in ammonia. And then I put salt in there and then some salt and ammonia on the blade, and that's what's changing it. But the blue basically is coming from the salt. Careful, okay. And so like this one here is definitely, I'm working it, I'm kind of moving it around to continue it to do its thing and continue patinaing. And I'm trying to get a lot of blue on that one. I'm gonna keep messing with it and kind of experimenting, seeing what I can come up with. And there you are. 1931 Leatherworks has done a bunch, so he knows as well. In the same note, a pile of salt also prevents a patina from forming under it, right? Because it can't, it's like it goes around the edge of the salt. And so I think that that's why, like the one I've been watching was where I'm moving it around. It's like I'm allowing it to do its thing, but then I'm kind of spreading it around and doing it again, and spreading it around and doing it again. And I think that's going to help allow different areas to be coated differently and continue to grow. The one I saw where she kept doing it like that, after a few days, she ended up with this blue swirls all over the place. Is that going to work for me? I don't know. If I don't experiment and I just do it, am I going to learn anything? Maybe. If I continue to experiment, try some crazy things, keep using these more inexpensive knives, or I'm thinking about even getting some other types of brass pieces of things just for some tests. I do have this pen. I forgot I got this pen. This one's kind of cool. All brass. Take this one apart and try it out pretty soon. I'm having a blast with it, so I plan to do it some more. The color is a chemical reaction with the vapor and the salt, right? So you're putting it in the container, the ammonia is making vapors, and those vapors are kind of intermingling with the salt, and they're condensing and doing things on the surface. Dude, I'm buying some cheap brass and copper knives and trying this soon. I mean, tell me that isn't rad, right? Let's get these out again since we're... Oh my God, it's almost 9? I tell you what, the channel is so much fun. I just hang out, talk to you guys about stuff. BS about knives, about projects. Have such a great time. I never knew that this is what I was going to be, doing. I mean, I have my full-time job I enjoy. I do not plan on quitting anytime soon. I get insurance. It's legit. I don't make much money on the channel. I mean, I'm getting up there. I'm going to be at 6,000 subs pretty soon. I'm at like 5,770 something. Much appreciated to everyone, but I don't do this for money. I'm just doing this for the pure joy and customization. I am really enjoying it. The laser marks, the anodizing. I was talking last week. Right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 17 knives over there that are all specifically for either die projects, laser marks, or anodizing. Actually, none of those are for anodizing. Nope, none of those are none of those are titanium. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for some ano jobs. And these are all my knives. I also have Stacy's knife that she's been very patient about that we got to get to. I owe her huge. I have MPG's knife that she's been patient about we got to get to. I got another couple from Lanyard Man that I'm going to be working on. And I have one from Renee Ramon that I'm going to be working on. So I got to get all those done before I continue to do more of my laser mark / anodizing. I've been doing The patina, the shipwreck stuff I can do at home. The laser marks and the anodizing I have to do at work on downtime or when I'm not working. So when I clock out, I got to go do it. So I don't have as many opportunities to be able to get in to access the machines. I'm not making excuses. I'm just slow. But I do feel bad. It was a crazy busy summer and I got behind on some stuff and it's tough when I have a full-time gig. I got a couple of leagues I help work and run in the summer and just normal life and family and things. It's like, it's tough to balance that. Also upload a video every day, make custom stuff. It takes up time. I'm enjoying it. I'm not quitting. I'm just can be slow at some things sometimes, and it takes some patience. I had Mr. Eddie's box of knives for 6 years, I feel like, or something like that. I found out the hard way, if you leave brass in the vapor overnight, it turns black. I left this overnight. This was in there for at least 16 hours. I left this one overnight. Yeah, the one I've been working on now, it's been in there for damn near 2 days and I haven't been getting anything black. So I'm interested in that. Everything in Leatherworks, it's funny. You're saying 2 to 3 hours, brass takes closer to 6. This one's probably 12. This one's probably 18. No, because it was just overnight. This one's probably 12, 14. This one was 3 different times, 6 overnight, 10. A lot. Some of these have been in for many, many hours. I feel it's how was it? Was it physically sitting in the? Were they on the? No, because I've done that too. This one was overnight. I think I did it at 6 p.m. and then I didn't take it out until like 7 a.m. the next morning, and it was in paper towels with salt and ammonia and I'm interested. Checking it regularly. I have the one with the window I put on top, and if you watch one of the videos I took a picture every hour, and you can literally see the salt dots go from dot, blue dot, bigger blue dot, even bigger blue dot, huge blue dot. It was kind of a fun thing to check out like every hour. Yeah, the brass scale QSP Penguin would be a good one to try it out on. And the thing is, the other thing you want to get is some of these, what are they, Centauri stones or something like that. These are like eraser type stones. See how it like kind of has a bend to it? But what these do is you take this and then you take your scale and then you basically, I'm not going to spend the time to do it, but you rub all that dirt and stuff off there and you clean them up. You polish them up really nice and you start that. You're starting to lag out on me. Here comes the lagging. Well, I'm about to close her down pretty quick here anyway. Kenman, do you have an ice house for fishing on the lake in the winter? When I do, Henry G. I actually have a couple of them right now. I got into ice fishing a few years ago. I love it. I definitely like moving around when I fish. So I wasn't really big on fishing in the winter, but once I started ice fishing, I am addicted to it. It's super fun. I love doing it. I do it all the time. Last year we couldn't go very much, but Henry, yeah, if you're ever in the area, you want to do some ice fishing, I got a couple of heaters. I got pop-ups. I got gear. I like to take my nephew's Satori stone. Something like, I know I have it written on here somewhere. If someone can beat me to it. Give me a second. I know I wrote it on my notes. Sabitoru stones. I'll type it in the chat. Sabitoru. I just typed it in the chat. Sabitoru stones. I think I spelled that right. I found them on Amazon. I actually ended up getting a 2-pack of stones. There's a coarse one and a fine one. I think it was like $13. But I also think that I don't remember what company it is. It's KPL or I don't know. One of those knife companies does actually make a stone for like $15 as well. But if you go onto Amazon and type that in, you get those stones. You can use that to clean it up. You can also use it to do some touch-ups. So after you're done, you can go in and sand off some areas and use it to kind of further kind of create some interest with it. I've always wanted to ice fish. Just really hard to do in LA. James White, I lived in LA for 9 years. Back in Minnesota just to be close to family. And, but yeah, I definitely lived out there for quite some time. If you're ever up in Minnesota, you want to do some ice fishing though. 1931 Leatherworks says it's not an exact science. It's kind of a you get what you get process, right? But I love experimenting with it, and I have noticed a few things that I've seen that I feel like if I keep experimenting, I might be able to moderately control not really control, but like have a little bit more idea of what is happening and how you can get like more blacks or less blacks or more blues or more uniform splotchiness or more uniques. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna keep messing with it. Mad Yako showed up. What's going on, Mad Yako? How you doing? Good to see you. Might have been talking about you a little earlier tonight. Iowa AK, definitely, we are going ice fishing, bud. I look forward to it. And anyone else who's in the area, I actually want to talk about maybe a Midwest kind of meetup. Anyone who lives like in the Midwest, maybe sometime over the winter, we should get together and just do like a little meetup somewhere, go somewhere that we can all go look at some knives at some place or do something fun. I want to ice fish, but I don't want to sit on the ice. Well, then you stand. You hop. You'll be fine. It's you take a chair. You just have a chair. Yeah, we bring chairs for sure. Some people bring buckets, but we're like, no, we're bringing good chairs and comfort. 25% off tonight and tomorrow, Mad Yako Hanks. I should have pulled this one out earlier for the Halloween. Mad Yako, handmade in Ohio. Nice stitching, black on the back. Real cool stuff. Check them out if you don't have one. Mad Yako lives in the Midwest. See, we could maybe find anyone live after this. I guess Lefty isn't going live. Mad Yako might go a little later. You afraid your feet get cold? They do get cold. But I have a couple of heaters that are propane tank setups. Keep nice and cozy. We try to get as comfortable as possible. Ground fog's not too far away. He's got some bibs to break in. Let's go. Dude, I'm excited. Last year we only had like 2 weeks of ice fishing. It was a mild winter. I didn't have to shovel, which was great. But by the time the ice was thick enough for us to walk out, we went to walk out. It was like 4 inches at the shore. Then it was 3 inches before we got even 100 feet out. It was almost a 2. I was like, yep. Hitting it with the spud bar. And I was like, no, we're not going any further. A couple weeks later, it was thick enough we were able to go out fish. Then the next weekend we fished. And then the weekend after that, it was already broken up. And pretty much season was ruined. It sucked. We went up north. We were able to fish up northern Minnesota for a good weekend. Caught some nice walleye. But yeah, it was the 2 winters ago, I probably ice fished 30 times. And last year I went twice. It was terrible as far as the ability to go. How about you freaky ice monkeys should just come fish in Texas in liquid water like a civilized gentleman. Robo, I'm in. I love bass fishing. I'll come down to Texas and that's another thing. I'm going to Blade Show Texas. I'll be there. I'll be at Blade Show Texas. Whoever's going to Blade Show Texas next year, it'll probably be February. I'm in. And if anyone else lives around there, Robo, if you aren't too far away, we can make a trip out of it. I'll take off extra days, meet up with some people, do some fishing. I was talking to TC from Smoky Mountain last year about fishing. And yeah, I'd like to meet up with him and do some fishing. My Texan blood takes a chill at anything below 70. Well, Robo, we set it up. We put the insulated pop-up up. We set the heaters up. We get it nice and warm in there. You take your jacket off and you're comfy. It's a good time. Mad Yako is going to go to Atlanta. I'd like to go to Atlanta. I'd like to go to Utah. I'd like to be, ultimately, that'd be a goal. If I could just go to all three every year, it's such a fun time. I've only been to Texas once last year. It was a really good time, but I will definitely be there next year. I'm already planning for it. Probably going to get a different hotel than the last time. I was only a few blocks away. It was expensive, but then it was valet parking, and you couldn't access your car because the parking lot was across the street, so you'd actually had to have someone bring it with the valet in order to get to your car, which was fine. I didn't really drive anywhere, but I had to unload all my stuff at the valet and then load up 3 carts to bring it all up because I brought all my gear for making a video and stuff. And so I was like, I thought I was going to be able to just slowly bring it up, but no, I had to take it all out on the street right there at the valet in front of everybody with just piles. I mean, I wasn't embarrassed or whatever, but it was like, I'm not ready. My car isn't packed so that you can just pack it onto a cart and go up. My shit's all over the place. And so it was kind of a little wonky for a minute there, but I made it work. Robo's 3 hours from Blade Show. Too blind to pass a driver's test, so you don't go. Where are you, though, compared to if this is Texas and this is Blade Show? Where are you? Are you down here, over here, up here? Because if I'm driving this way to Blade Show and you happen to be on the way, we'll make something work. I don't do buses. Take the train. But yeah, we can work something out. We've got a few months to think about it. So I will continue to talk about that in lives, and we'll slowly start to get something going, get planned. There were some people that were there last year, Renee Ramon, and I don't even remember. There were several people that were there that I didn't know yet. I wasn't doing lives yet. I hadn't met them, so I didn't know they were there. We didn't meet up, and then it was like a month later, it was like, oh, I was there. I wish we'd known. We would have been able to talk or whatever. But I'm excited for next year, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun. If you haven't been to Blade Show, it's a really good time. Even if you can't buy too many knives, but you will buy some knives. There's no doubt about it. And you should, because you should save up because you get the discount. Like a $180 knife you get for like $110, $120 because they've got special prices, which makes it even better. So from Fort Worth, go southeast. So you're directly south. So you're out of my way. I'd have to drive extra to drive back. I already got to drive 14 hours to get there. If you start walking soon, you might get there by February, and then we'll be good. How's that sound, Robo? Todd trying to make Robo a full Robo. Wait, I don't know, y'all. That's good stuff. Okay, I'm going to shut her down. It is 9:10. I will be doing an additional live very soon. Stay tuned. I will post up early about it so that I can let everyone know. It will not be on Thursday night. Don't fret. I will continue to do the Thursday nights. So every Thursday night, 6 to 9 approximately, I will be here. More videos coming soon. More shipwrecks happening. More custom stuff. We're going to get Stacy's Clydesdale done soon. And MPG's Pyrite. Lot of fun stuff. Happy Halloween, everyone. It's been great. Go out and scare some kids if it's still early. Go have yourself a good night. Much appreciated. Really glad you all tune in. Thank you to all of you, my subscribers, my members. You're all fantastic. This is such a good time. I have such a blast doing this. I can't wait to meet up with you again.